What's happening, people? This thing's bugging out for a second. We're back though. Big up everyone in the chat who's about to join the playback and all that good stuff. Hit the like button, subscribe. You know how it is. James is in the building. Football locker room, Mino M's as well. Big up
What you
Reno
saying?
in the house early. What you saying, James? What you saying me?
I'm good, man. I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, good. What's it called? It's not that late here, to be fair. The show's going on. Make sure you hit the like button. Very, very important to push the next viewer. Get me and James's channel. He's with his man them. They do their thing as well. Go lives, videos, all that good stuff. If you hit the like button, it pushes it out there. More viewers, more community, win-win for everyone to get. And subscribe to James's channel, Football Locker Room, in the description below. Very easy to do. Very easy to do as well. Everyone in the chat, let me know if you're here. Even if you're watching on your phone, whatever, on your laptop, whatever it is, let us know here. What are you saying, James?
No, I'm good, man. I'm good. What we talking about today then?
The question
So
is,
Arsenal,
I asked you to come on, yeah? Because I wouldn't say you're positive, but you're positive, innit? You know what I'm saying? You're like more positive than most, but you're not like deluded. Because you could be real with it, but you're more like you'll see the positives that are negatives. I actually want to get your opinion on a more deeper level about certain topics. And the first one is Arsenal's form being overblown? Like, is this form as bad as it seems?
I honestly don't think it's as bad as it seems. I've been watching football for 30 plus years. This is what happens in the season. No one starts perfect, you know what I mean? And I've seen teams come from behind to win the league. Obviously not Arsenal in the last 20 years. But I will say, when you said about the positive thing, I used to be the most negative fan. Like when Wenger was in, I never used to do streaming and all that, but I used to be so negative. I was Wenger out from day. So it's like I've done a real 360. I am positive. I do believe in Arteta.
Is it based off that the whole like Arteta's brought your team from like 8 to 2nd sort of thing? That's why you've got a kind of positivity.
Yeah, do you know? I hope. Yeah, do you know what? I don't mind being wrong. Yeah, like at the end of the day, in a year's time, if Arteta gets sacked and I was wrong about Arteta, I can
just
sit
say
there
it.
and say,
Wrong.
yeah, I was wrong. Do you know what I mean? I don't. I rather we win the league with a different manager and I was wrong than to be stubborn and be right and just keep finishing second. But I do believe personally that Arteta can get us over the line in the next couple of years. I do honestly believe that.
So, okay, cool. So let's go back to this question and we'll address that point you just said, yeah? So you don't think, I'll get it up on the screen as well. So let's go through the fixtures. Let's make it enjoyable for you and the viewers, innit? We'll go through it and you can tell me if in each game, we'll literally go through it together. You could tell me whether you think in each game you performed at a good level. You know, we'll give it a ranking scale. 1 is completely off Arsenal's level from last season. 10 is performing at a title challenging level. Yeah, I want you to go through the results with me. Yeah, I want you to tell me what performances out of these results were 1 to 10. So 1 being for everyone in the chat on the playback. 1 is completely not Arsenal standard from last season. Very poor, very dross. 10 is like title challenging. We're gonna win the league form. Yeah, cool. Yeah. So we start with Wolves at home. What do you think about that game? Did you watch all these games, by the way? Just
yeah, I watched every game. I even done a couple watch-alongs. But yeah, man.
What do you think about Wolves?
Do you know what? Before I answer these questions, I will say that last year we tried a slow approach in the first half of the season.
You did.
And then we went to Dubai and we switched it and we went full throttle. So I will say, I will do this with a pinch of salt because I'm hoping that we do what we did last year and we do a switch. And then, like, after this international break,
you're giving me so many talking points right now. Because that's even a debate in itself. Because you know, I'm hearing that as well. Is that Arsenal fans are saying this time last year we did the same thing, so therefore we're gonna have the same run. But obviously, we both know you man went on a mad run last season, like mad run. Who's to say you're gonna do that again? Do you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
That's a debate in itself. Do you know what I'm saying? So let's do.
But
this
we did
first.
have. But I would say, at this point of the same last season, we didn't play as hard as the fixtures weren't as hard. Like we've been to Villa away, we've been to Newcastle away, we've been to Spurs away, we've been to City away. Like that's 4 big grounds.
As much as I want to troll your team, I said the same thing on NAF the other day, and people thought I was trolling. Hopefully, I'm cheeky a bit, but at the same time, bro, if Chelsea played Villa away, City away, Liverpool at home, Chelsea, like Arsenal away, if it was obviously the opposite way around, that's tough, bro. That's like that's like the hardest way. But you drop points to Bournemouth and Brighton. That's where the argument falls. So if you'd beaten Bournemouth from Brighton now, James, you know it's true. Then no one can really say anything to you. Do you get it? But
Do you
it's
know what?
because
Bournemouth did beat Man
those
City, and they
results.
did give you a good game. But yeah, man, we should have beat
But
them.
we got
Man.
the
We
job
should have
done.
beat
That's
them.
the difference. You see what I'm saying?
That was yeah. You did get the job done. Yeah.
And deep we're different to you, yeah, because I have more optimism than you. Do you want to tell you why? But we go into this. It's a good discussion here, yeah, because we faced the smaller teams and we beat all of them, barring 2. We didn't lose though. And bro, all the teams we lost to are bigger teams. So if we followed the same rhetoric the rest of the season, we'd probably finish top 3. Because if we beat all the smaller teams or minimum draw,
Yeah,
and then pick up points and losses against big teams, bro, Man City last season only beat Spurs and Man United to win the league. Deeper, they didn't beat you, they didn't beat me, they didn't beat Liverpool, they didn't beat United.
Yeah.
No, they beat United and Spurs. Who else? So you know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
you need to keep it like that.
No, but we're the opposite right now because we haven't lost against one of the big 6 in like a year or like 10 games or something. We haven't beat.
Yeah, it's been
like
a while,
last
but
10.
you're not winning anything.
Yeah, it's been a while now. We're doing well against the big teams, but we keep messing around against these low blocks and these little teams.
Exactly. Before you get into this, if you come through, Deal CFC, this is funny because I made a video on this. Big up, just hope you're well. Big up the panelists. Come on, big up James. What's your thoughts on Maresca having big screens around Cobham, bro? Bro, watch my video on TikTok and on Shorts. I speak about it. It's freaking dumb, bro. It's dumb. Arsenal has mentality problem for them winning something because no one of the players have won a major cup. That's there at the club. That is a James. We saying to this.
Well,
I'll let you
some
answer
players
this.
have won, but not with us. Because we haven't
So
won nothing for 5 years.
his point's kind of correct then, isn't it? It's true.
Yeah.
A lot of man in that squad don't know where it is to win. It's harsh reality, but it's peak.
Nah, it's true.
They brought too much defenders, not attackers. I think James would agree with that as well. You should have got a left winger and striker. You see what he's saying?
Do you know what? Wenger used to do it opposite. He used to buy all these midfielders and never defenders, and now Arteta's buying all these defenders and no attackers. It's like we can never just like get it right. You know what I mean? The balance is never there, man.
It's peak, fam. Deals again. Big up Deals in the chat. Forest, they got next. That ain't easy fixture. We got Leicester away, Chairs. This Christmas period, we have. Oh, this Christmas period, Chairs, we need to go on a run. Facts. I think Chelsea. Have you seen Chelsea's fixtures? I'm gonna get it after. Have you seen our fixtures? By the way,
they're good. They're favourable.
They're very calm. Like they're having the hardest game is at Spurs.
Yeah, we should both go on the run, man. I'll be honest. We should both climb that table.
But we know football doesn't work like that. It's peak.
I know.
One of us ain't gonna be in it, James, and I hope it ain't me. You know what I'm saying? I hope it's not me. You know what I'm saying?
But do you know what? I got confidence we're gonna climb out of this bad form. I don't know about winning the league, but it's possible.
So do I.
It's possible.
I think so as well, innit? They get it. Big up Mafia.
Remember, Liverpool bottle. You think we're bottlers? Liverpool, they've bottled more league titles than anyone. They've been in the
this is what I'm saying.
head of
this
the
is what
race
I'm saying.
than anyone.
If I was in Liverpool position, I'll be doing this. I won't be saying anything because, bro, if they don't win the league, you see how I call them bridesmaids? They're gonna get mocked deep because everyone's saying it's done. Arsenal finished. Chelsea are mid like 4th best.
No, but Ches, man, we've seen over the years. We've seen 8-point swings. Man United and Arsenal. We've seen 8-point swings
overboard.
That's why people got over the board. It's the 11th game. If it was the 20th game, I hear it.
Yeah,
if it's January the 1st, I hear it. But the Christmas period ain't even hit yet.
This is it, though. This is it. Even for Arsenal on a negative spin, if you man don't buck your ideas up now, you're finished. Like you could end up like
100%,
5th, 4th.
100%.
And if you end up 4th and 5th, your fan base is gonna go mad. If you don't finish at least,
no, they will. Do you know what? If we finish 4th year and win a Carling Cup year,
bro, they'll be even more angry.
No, it will just be debates online, but yeah, a lot of fans will just chat rubbish, man.
Big up. KB, I haven't seen you in the chat. Big up KB. Also, new subscriber. Big up, fam. Arsenal gonna get jammy 1-0 against Forest, bro. You know how it goes. You know they will. They'll play so stinky, get a dodgy corner. James is laughing because he knows, man. He knows. You know what I'm saying?
No, because I'm thinking we're gonna go on a run, man. It's gotta be. We have to, or we're done, like you said. If we don't go on a mini run now, it's over. We have to pick up like 15 points from the next 5 games. We're gonna go
through it. We're gonna go through the fixtures as well. Don't worry, we're gonna go through it. It's been years. Arsenal didn't bring a proper 9. Birmingham replacement. The last results are the consequences of not having a kid up front, specifically for a title, especially for a title contender. Facts. And that's why Chelsea are linked with Rocker, isn't there, man? Because we know if we want to be in that title challenge, as James is finding out now, you need a number 9. You need a good centre back. You need a good goalkeeper. You need a good DM, and you need a good striker. That's what's fine with your team. If you don't have one of those, good luck. Simple.
And by the way, us buying habits of you has cost us a lot of time. Like it's literally, it's made us stand still. Literally, man. We've gone back. We're not gone backwards, but we've stagnated since. For me, we've stagnated with that signing because he was supposed to be at 8, and now he's just playing as a 9, and he's shit, man. I'll be honest with you. And I think Gokeres, if I was Gokeres, I would choose Arsenal.
How it is. You're not toxic positive. You hear a lot of Arsenal fans, but James, he's got 14 goals. Bro,
no.
Just look at the player play ball. Everyone man them know when you go football in ends, whatever it is, you can just tell when someone's good at football. It's not even a rude thing. You can just tell. That it doesn't take a genius to find out any sport, tennis, football, ball. You can just tell. You know what I'm saying? Is what it is, isn't it? Big up Will. I didn't read this one out, did I, James? There were injuries when they laughed at other teams getting injuries. This is true, James. Like, Arsenal fans were even mad at the injuries last season. They were laughing at other people.
Yeah, we didn't get no injuries last season. We was injury free last year.
Facts.
Now we're suffering. Man City.
Facts. We played Man City, Liverpool, Arsenal, United, Newcastle, Wolves, Brighton, West Ham, Bournemouth. Wait, you talking about Chelsea? You see, I told you, James, it's tapped. This is our run, base. This is our run, by the way. Big up Will in the chat. Everyone in the chat, 30, 40 people in here. Will's channel is in the description. There's no excuses, yeah? Will's in the building. We telling you, Will.
Yeah. Big up, bro. What's going on, guys? Story.
What are you saying? You
good?
Yeah?
Me and Jay's having a good chat right now, and the chat's going off because the Arsenal conversations bring out loads of people's banter, innit? It's just funny. Yeah. Look at this one here. This is facts, by the way. Look at this one, Will. Wait, let me just change this up, fam, because I can't even see you properly. 1 second.
It's been years. Arsenal
it's been years since Arsenal being for 9. The Bavarian plays the last results of consequences. And even James just said, James, repeat what you just said to me before Will came on. What do you say about Havertz? What did you say about him?
I said, I'll be honest with you. I'll add something. Havertz is a good squad player, not a bad player to have in your squad. But as a number 1 striker for your team, it's a waste of time, and you ain't going to win nothing with him up front unless you get lucky. Like, you ain't retaining no leagues. And to be honest, we ain't winning no league with him as our main striker. He got bought as an 8. He's ended up at a 9. We could have bought Tony, Oli, Gokeres. We could have one of these gunmans at our club right now and last season. You never know. We might be in a way better position right now.
You know, also tapped. We asked a simple question.
Yeah.
What's the chances of Arsenal getting Gokeres in January? You tell me.
Damn. It's not likely, bro, because we know that Arsenal, the thing is with Arsenal is that they don't do what's required. Like, they like to be nearly the team that wins the league, but they're just happy being a part of the conversation. Because, actions speak louder than words, bro. We saw that last summer. You don't have that kind of summer window with all the pressure that's on Arsenal to actually win something. And then that's what you come up with. And then you expect me to believe that they're supposed to be competing. So I think they're just happy to be top 4.
No, but that's my point. But that's my point to Ches, yeah? That us buying habits, it's cost us. I don't know if he's got it's apparently in his contract he has a minimum amount of games or something like that. I don't know if that's true. If that is true, that's a disgrace. But the only reason we didn't get a gunman is because Havertz can't play in the CM. So we're just if we got a striker to replace him, he would have been on the bench, and then it would have been like, the talk, man. So basically, I just feel like Arteta will be ruthless eventually because it will be him or Havertz at the end of the day. By this next summer, it will be get a new striker or keep Havertz, and the fans are just going to get toxic, and he's going to get.
But you think you could keep?
That's just my opinion.
But then, do you think that Arteta's even here next summer? Let's say if y'all don't win something this season, right? Let's say you just come second again. Let's say you don't win Champions League, right? No Carabao Cup, no FA Cup. Do you even think that Arteta's in a job next summer? He can't be.
You know what? You see, my thoughts on football, is sometimes, you can do what you can do, but sometimes if your rivals outdo you, they can stop you from winning a league. Your rivals' actions can stop you from going up the table. Your rivals' actions can stop you from winning a league. So my point is, Chelsea, they keep signing players. They never give up. Arsenal need to sign right. If they don't start signing right and they don't be ruthless with this habits thing, we're going to slip behind Chelsea soon. And then the fans will be outraged. And back to Arteta, for me, it'll be crazy if Pep leaves in the summer to get rid of Arteta. It doesn't matter where he finishes this year. If Pep says he's leaving, you have to, forget football, as a business, you're going to keep the man with the most experience out of all the managers.
Jay,
do you know what I mean?
Now it comes. This is a good debate because this kind of ties into my original point.
Because Maresca will be year one. Oh, go on.
Yeah, and I hear you. And slot. Well, the question was this year, and we're gonna go through the fixtures and police James and not be biased. Yeah, we're gonna go through the fixtures and rank where we think they played in terms of title challenging teams. Because you hear all the excuses about red cards, injuries, all this waffles. So James is gonna go through the game.
I'm using the red cards. I can't lie to you.
You get through the chat because if you message me, innit? This one here, they had Balogun as well, top 3 striker in League One. They didn't even give him a chance. It's definitely Arteta's not rating the number 9s. Facts. You don't rate your number 9s. I don't know why he's trying to copy Pep. Just do your own thing, G. Like, create your own stance. Big up Zedel in the chat. Yeah, bro, I figured it out. Come on. Over 40 people in here, 50 people in here. Hit the like button, people. And Will and James' channels are in the description. No excuses. It's right there. Go follow them up. 3K and road to 1K for my man as well. So come on, big up the man them. KB, but bro, we've also seen Arsenal bottled in the league, 8 games to go, 8 points ahead. This is also true, unfortunately, James.
It's true.
Neil's an Arsenal fan here. Arsenal go on a run. We're 11 games into people need to chill. Wills, it's true.
Facts.
I think, yeah, it is a bit overblown, but I think what Arsenal fans don't understand is the amount of pressure that you guys have this season. Arteta hasn't won a trophy since his first 5 months. Like with Unai Emery's squad against what was it? Who'd you guys beat in that FA Cup? Point is, I think people do need to chill a little bit, but at the same time, no, because this is the season, right? Especially when you see how Man City are struggling, then you see how Liverpool are playing so well underneath Slot, and this is his first season, right? So I think with the money that Arteta has spent, if you don't win it now with Man City looking this bad, then like when do you win it? So it's like it's kind of 50-50, bro. But I would more so say that there is an issue that.
All right, but let's just look at the landscape of the league. Yeah, let's just look at the landscape quickly. After 10 games last season, Ange was killing it, top of the league, 10 games in, looking like fire. Now look at Tottenham. So I'm not getting on Chelsea and Chez and going crazy on you lot right now, but I'm just saying it is possible that Maresca does have dips. And you lot end up doing what Tottenham are doing and keep going up and down, up and down, up and down.
Well, how's this going to Chelsea?
So are you talking about
point
Chelsea?
No, I'm talking about the whole landscape of the league. I'm talking about this time next year, Pep could be leaving. Yeah. Certain Man City players are leaving. I do think this is Liverpool's last dance because I do believe Salah's leaving. I do believe Van Dijk's possibly leaving. So they're going to have an aging squad. Almiron with Man United and Maresca with Chelsea, I'm worried. I'm not going to lie. I'm a bit scared, a bit nervous of you lot's come-ups. You lot could be right on our ass. But if Pep leaves, I just feel like Arteta should have a free hit at that Premier League next year. If he don't win the league next year with all these new managers, then I'll be like, cool, he's got to go. Because he couldn't even win when Pep left. When all these other managers have less time.
This I'm happy on the show, yeah. Because me and Will can dissect, and the man them in the chat could hear it. Man said, deep it, man. He went, we can have a free hit. What do you mean free hit? This is the free hit now.
Yeah,
this ain't the free hit
now, bro.
This ain't the free hit, though.
But look how bad City look right now. What are the odds that City look this bad next season? Because next summer they're going to do what's required. Like,
because Pep will leave and they might get worse. But I believe Man City's cycle is coming to a crash. It's going to come crashing down in the next couple of years.
James, you just said it yourself. It might not be Man City if to worry about. It could be Chelsea. It could be Liverpool.
It could be Chelsea or Man United. Yes, it could.
The same way you're saying, what if you do better? What if Liverpool improving by players? What if Chelsea keep improving?
Yeah.
Then what?
Yeah, it's possible. It's possible because Chelsea are 3 players away from being an elite team.
You know what the issue is? All 3 of those clubs, despite how they do it, all have a track record of doing well in terms of progressing in the league. Liverpool's is a bit more money ball. We can have debate about that, but it's a bit here or there, but it works. Chelsea just spend money and it sticks. And Man City have the best footballing structure in the league and in the world with arguably Real Madrid, right? So Arsenal haven't proven to be any of those 4 teams, have they?
But if we're so rubbish and we can't compete with those 4 teams, why get rid of... No, hear me out. Why get rid of Arteta if we can't compete with those 4 teams? If everything's against us so much, and he's and that means he's overachieving right now to what you're saying in the history book. But it's not he's overachieving still at this point.
You see, but it's not the fact of you guys being rubbish. Arsenal are not rubbish. Like, I don't think anybody's saying that. I just think Arteta is taking you as far as he can. I don't think he will ever win you a Premier League. I don't think it matters if Pep leaves tomorrow. I still think going into next season, if Pep leaves at the end of this season, I still have Man City coming above you guys because they have the ambition, they have the structure, right? I think even if you want to look at like a Liverpool, again, what are the odds that they don't spend any money next season, right? I know that they brought in like Chiesa, but I think Liverpool will spend a little bit depending on who goes and who stays. But for me, I just don't see how you guys win the title if it's not this season. I really don't.
You don't understand. You know, City ain't got no heritage. City are a plastic club. Yeah. As soon as Pep leaves, their club is going to fall slowly.
But that's not fair to say, bro.
No. Hear me out, yeah.
James. We're living through City's golden era. So now, 30 years from now, when there's a shit ton of Man City fans, they're not going to be seen as a small plastic club because
I get that.
Arsenal, with like Manchester United, with like all the other big clubs, right? They had their golden era just 50, 60 years ago. So now they've already City are right now establishing themselves as a big club.
Right, let me just butt in quickly. Yeah. Because hey, listen. Bend over said delusion, yeah, in the comments, yeah. So eat this for delusion, bend over, yeah. In the 70s, Liverpool were going crazy. No. Whatever his name is, yeah. Listen, in the 70s, Liverpool had their cycle, yeah. They didn't win a league for 30 years. When we went unbeaten, this is what fans get too overreactive. When we went unbeaten and won the invincible medals, who would have thought that Arsenal Football Club wouldn't win another league title until 20 years later? And we're still waiting 15, 20 years.
Let me just go through.
So me saying that Man City could fall off a cliff is not delusional.
I want to answer your question, James, after. I want to go through the comments because they addressed some of us. Will, my favorite Chelsea fan, big up, Engraver. That's so funny. What's good? You saying? I haven't seen you subscribe to all 3 of our channels, by the way. I haven't seen you before. Subscribe. Don't be a bum. Well, go on. What are you saying, fam? KB 275 per week is El Hattiad settings, fam. Let's be real. Is he talking about Havertz?
Yeah. I think he's talking about Havertz.
Yeah, 100%. Will, the red eyes. Will, is there alleged claims here?
Nah, look, I have no idea what he's talking about, bro.
Nah, we don't. Nah, come on, guys. He's just tired, okay? Yeah. I'm from Cape Town, bro. Yeah, what are you telling me, fam? Yeah, did you hear your career said he's staying? Sport, he probably will be in it. Like Sesko, in it, same thing there. Big up, Ches. Big up, man. If Arsenal doesn't improve their squad, rivals like United, Chelsea, and City will outspend, like I said, and obviously increase competition. Arteta's position could be at risk. James is true though. You're rubbing your head. It's very true. I can't lie.
I think what you have to worry about, James, is possibly players leaving. Right, because now, how long do these players want to just stay and like not win anything? You know what I'm saying? Like you got listen, looking at Saliba.
I agree with you,
right? You got like all these big clubs who are gonna start looking at your players like, yo, you're not winning nothing over there. You might as well come over here. And I don't think that this squad's gonna just stay together for the next 5 years and just be happy with whatever happens. I think you do have to kind of factor that in as well.
No, 100%. Look. We're in a fragile couple years now. The next 2 years are fragile. It's either twist or stick, man. Do you know what I mean? And at the end of the day, we have to get the job done this season or next. Or Arteta does have to go, and Saliba probably will go Real Madrid, and we'll start again. And that's not what I want. So, because I believe if Arteta wins, he'll stay for years.
Let's go through this together now, then, and then Will can. I think Will, have you watched some of the Arsenal games? It doesn't matter if you haven't or not.
Yeah,
but it would help.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, so he's very quickly the Wolves game. Out of 10, 1 being crap, 10 being title challenges, winning the league. What are you saying?
I'll go 7.
Okay.
That was it.
Will, you can answer as well.
What do you say, Will? What do you say?
For my memory served me correctly, that game against Wolves, you guys didn't look that convincing, right? I know that you guys did win, like 2-3-0, I think it was. But I'd say it was a solid performance.
Yeah, I wouldn't say you played like great. Yeah, I think the Aston Villa game, we can jump to that was like a good performance where you rode your luck a bit, but you dominated possession and you got your 2 goals, so you can't really complain.
Nah, Watkins missed some big chances that game.
Will, I was just about to say, bro.
Yeah, I say, bro, Watkins was playing against them.
Yeah, but we did what we couldn't do the year before. So I would go
be able to look at the game. It's not always the result that matters. Sometimes the performance in it, especially starting the season. So that game, people were saying, if Watkins did finish a chance like last season, you could have lost that game. So, you saying, James? Sorry, I interrupted you there, bro.
I would go the Aston Villa game at 8. I thought it was a great performance.
A great performance with Morgan Rogers like running through the midfield like that. Ollie Watkins missing those chances.
Bro, we went Villa and we got 2-0 clean sheet. The season before we got L's, so I'll take that. I thought it was
that's a good point. But then do you think that you got the dub because of Watkins' shortcomings? It's not necessarily anything that you guys did.
If when we lost against them at the end of last season, that was the game that ended our title hopes.
Yeah.
So we wanted our revenge and we needed our revenge, man.
You had to win, yeah. You had to win. Brighton, Will, you can answer this one. This is with the red card of Rice.
Yeah.
Will goes first.
With the red card. I'd say it was a decent performance from Arsenal. I think that we got to give Brighton a lot of credit. Like they're still playing some good football. They had a really big summer as well. They spent a lot of money, and that manager that they have, guys like 30 years old, it's crazy young, and he has them cooking right now. But forget who was sent off that game, James. You can remind me, but from what I remember, like that was a decent performance.
Nah, man. Listen, the referees do this to us all the time. I'm not having it. The season before this season, they did, if you time waste with throw-ins, you get yellow cards. Tommy Yasu didn't even take longer than 5 seconds. He got a red card, yeah? And they started. Then for the rest of the season, they never gave anyone yellow cards and red cards for the whole season. It's too inconsistent, this league, man. I'll be honest. And but forget the red card. Overall, if we never got the red card, we would have won 2-3-0. Season would have been on a different course.
Oh, so the red card what it is. Come out. James, so you're saying the red card?
Look, that red card, it gave us the couple games after that. We was not the same. We kept getting more red cards. That was the start of the fuckery, man. That was the start of the fuckery. But yeah, I'll give us a 4 that game. I'll give us a 4. That was terrible.
I'll say
second half, we should have still won.
Spurs game, yeah. Surprisingly, I'd rate it like a 4. You man didn't play that good. You man did not play that good.
I'll go 5.
Game.
Yeah, that's where Gabriel scored the header, right? Set piece, the corner. Yeah. I think it was a KG game. I think, yeah. I'll agree. I think like a 5.
Yeah, you man didn't play good. And then the Leicester game, the Man City game again, I didn't think Arsenal played that good either. I'll be real.
Nah, do you know what? Yeah, that Man City game, I'm going with a big number, you know. I'm going a 9. I'm going 9, my friend.
I think that you got to give
the reason why, yeah.
James, what are we doing?
The reason why, and I'll let you say what you got to say. Come on. The reason why, because we was 10 men down and we nearly got the job done. With 1 minute left, we would have walked out of that stadium with 3 points. That's a title winning. You said on a metric of a 10 being title winning games, title winning matches. That is a 9 for me. I don't care. And if we walked out there with 3 points, that would have been a 10.
You know what it is, Will? Maybe because we're Chelsea and Real Madrid fans, we've been given the golden spoon and there's a buffet every morning, every lunch, every dinner. We're used to food on the table, and James is used to potentially microwavable food in the freezer. Maybe, you know what I'm saying? But you know
I'm used to getting.
Why is he telling me that we nearly won? What is that?
Nah, that is kind of. Look, I hear what you're saying.
10 men.
I do got to give Arsenal a little bit of credit. I think they went too defensive. Like, that's my main. Like, my thing is that whole second half, it was just Man City, and Arsenal had 10 men in the box. I think like Arsenal should have tried to maybe like hit them, and maybe they could have went up like 2 or something, and then you definitely would have got the 3 points. But I can't necessarily blame them for how they played that second half. I just think it was a little bit too defensive, because now you end up not getting the win. So now it looks like a bad point. But for me,
people in the chat agree with James. A lot of Arsenal fans here. So we got Giovanni saying, if you're saying 9, I'm saying 9 away to Emirates after you beat them behind twice. That's fair.
No,
someone said 9 is mad.
With me.
No, someone else did. What did they say here? They said we played well against City. Stop it, Ches. Fair enough.
I think they defended well, but it's not hard.
You know what it is though? Like, Ahmed's in the chat. Big up Ahmed is on the Bridge 258 Twitter handle and his channel in the description. Big up Ahmed, what are you saying? You good?
Good, bro. I hope you do.
We're joined at the perfect time, right in the middle of the discussion. So basically, we're going through Will and James, yeah. Big up Will and James. Each performance ranking it out of 10, 1 being complete opposite of what we expect from Arsenal, 10 being title challenging, win the league. And so far, we're stuck on the Man City game. What do you think out of 10? would you say the performance was for Arsenal in that game? It's a tough one, but I'm not going to say what Will and James said, but
had 10 men for a whole 45 minutes.
I'd probably just say an 8 out of 10, probably, in the sense that obviously you had the. I think obviously you had the lead. You then obviously went down to 10 men, and I don't feel like that. I just think 8 out of 10. I think is a bit fair because you actually did hold them until the last second, essentially.
No, but remember, we went 1-0 down. We responded straight away. Then we went 2-1 up, and then we held it out for 45 minutes, and they got hardly any shots, and then we lost.
Yeah, that's why I said 8 out of 10. I just think for me, the thing is, you still at the end of the day did let them, get that goal to get the draw. So I think it's an 8 out of 10. To be honest, it's a good performance for sure.
Cool. Then we move to Leicester at home. Now I'm gonna let James start with this one.
6. 6.
I'll go lower.
5 maybe, but we got the W at the end of the day, innit? We've been playing awful since that City game. We've been playing dead, man. I'll be honest.
Is it a question of like performance? Are we grading performances and results together, or are we just
we're doing both. We're doing both together because let me ask Will this question. I will. Based off this original point, which is why we're going through this game, which is I don't know if you can see up me who pop up in a minute. Is Arsenal's form being overblown? Wasn't this the warning sign here though? Wasn't we getting warned as fans from like Spurs all the way up until Bournemouth that Arsenal weren't playing well, but they were getting wins?
Yeah, I think like what it was is like Arsenal's defense, right? Like, well, at least for like what we thought was going to be very good this season, just like how it was the seasons past. But yeah, I feel like I don't know, it's just been like mistakes at the back, right? I feel like you guys don't look like you're going to be keeping clean sheets nowadays. I think that Leicester performance, if I'm not mistaken, wasn't Leicester up at what?
Bro, their keeper was keeping them in the game.
90th minute, they were winning 2-1.
Yeah, and then so I mean, you got to give this like a 4 or 5 because like Leicester bottom club, man. Like you see even Manchester United recently slapping them up. I know that might be like the news.
No, but we had a lot of shots against Leicester, man. Their keeper was on fire that day.
I mean,
their keeper made a lot of saves that day.
Yeah,
you know what the issue was. You know what it is. Yeah, their keeper obviously was on a mad one, but I also think that you created so much that you should have inevitably scored as well, in my personal opinion as well. I think for me, the result was there, but the performance wasn't there, in my personal opinion. Right? Yeah. So I feel like for me, probably 4 out of 10 is fair in the sense that the 4 is obviously because you got the result, but the performance-wise, it's just not conducive to like a winning team.
Yeah, fair.
Might
as well group in Southampton. James, you can start good on that one. What do you think about Southampton at home? Similar performance? What are you saying?
Southampton, I'll say 5, man. It wasn't. I know we got 3-1, but it wasn't a great performance. It was just average performance, man.
Will?
Southampton, yeah, I go like a 6. Like a 6. It was a standard performance for like what Arsenal should be doing.
Yeah, 7. So then that would be. I think if they say it's standard performance and they're getting a job done, that would just be a 7 out of 10. I would say, not 6. No.
Well, in terms, yeah, okay, no, I actually think that like what you're saying makes sense. Yeah. So we could do like a 7 out of 10. Yeah, 7 out of 10.
Yeah. So out of 10, I would probably say.
Yeah, I think 7's very fair actually. I think they played good, but it wasn't like scintillating football.
Exactly, just getting a job done. Call it calm name.
Moving. I think at that point it would have been second or whatever it was, 3rd in the league. And let's go to the penultimate game, which kind of encapsulates Arsenal's season. Bournemouth away from home, losing 2-0. Lieber gets sent off after 30 minutes in the game. Before that red card, for context, James, for you coming with the red card, they played poorly. I'm gonna let Will start with this one.
Yeah, it's a -5, like out of 10, bro.
Oh boy.
The fact that you went there with 7 defenders, 4 center backs, 3 DMs in the midfield. You guys were never trying to get a good result, necessarily in terms of performance. I think Arsenal were trying to get a 1-0 and just get out of there, bro. Yo, that lineup is criminal. Like, I know people want to talk about the red card and if it should have been a red card. Yeah, Trossard gave Saliba a hospital pass. Brother, y'all were not going to go there and dominate them regardless, just based off of that starting 11 alone. Like, that was haram ball at its finest. Arteta bin Laden in full effect over there with that kind of lineup against Bournemouth. You could have gave Waneri a start. So, I mean, something to just spice it up creativity-wise.
I know, that's what I was crying for.
Yo, nah, that was awful. I think the red card doesn't even play into my mind because of that starting 11. I don't think that you guys would have won with a good performance. I think at best it would have been a 1-0, or I think Bournemouth could have maybe got like a 1-1 draw, even with everybody out there.
With this performance, or at least if I'm not mistaken, you guys had opportunity to actually take the lead in this game in the second half, whilst you had 10 men. I think it was Martinelli. Martinelli missed the 1v1, and that could have really changed the game. So for me, I know a lot of people. I feel like that was like a 1 out of 10 because, like, I think listen, even before then they were a bit more active than you. I've said this before. I don't think the way you're playing is an issue. It's just that the guys you have up front are not clinical enough to get the job done with the way you're playing.
Thank you. I appreciate you giving me that rubbish player.
It's not the same. I would say though. It's not the same though. It's not the same. I would, listen. We can criticize him, which is fair, but there's also another guy that's on the left-hand side as well. An attack is made out of 3 players, not 1, as I always say. So what I mean. So that's what
James, what are you saying for this performance? I don't think you said it yet, have you? You haven't said.
No, definitely a 1 out of 10. I agree with that. It was we had, even with the 10 men, we should. I've seen Wenger's teams even 10 men, 50th minute, they still get the job done when the final whistle goes. We just didn't get the job done. It was terrible, and I blame Arteta for that one because he went too negative. Went 3 6s in the midfield. Waneri's sitting on the bench. This Waneri kid, is something special, And I promise you, in a couple of years, Mandem will be saying he's better than Kobe Mainu, better than certain man at Chelsea. I ain't gonna start going into it now, but this kid is special. He needs his chance, man. He needs his chance.
Fair enough. And then we get into the Arsenal-Liverpool game, which is interesting one. Ended the result 2-2. But for me, that is I'm going to give it a 6. I'm going to give it a 6. The reason I'll give it a 6 is because you didn't lose. You had loads of injuries. But at the same time, I'm not going to give you higher than that because the second half, you lot just sat back in the game. I'll be real. You man just said, we're winning the game, just sit back. And like Man City, that's why earlier when you were saying to rate the Man City performance highly, if they not sat back against City and not sat back against Liverpool, you could argue they could have an extra 4 points.
Yeah, no, that's fair. But I do
so
think...
that's how I see it, innit? But what's your
that's fair. I think the Liverpool game, I got to give Arsenal some credit there as well. I think a lot of people expected Liverpool to win this game, right? It's like you brought up, right? They didn't have no Saliba. I know Saka just came back from injury. And I think they outplayed Liverpool, in my opinion, for a majority of that game. I think in the second half, they kind of did sit back a little bit. And obviously we criticize them for that. But I think like Arsenal were the better team that game. So I'm gonna have to say 6, 7 out of 10. I think I'd probably even give 7. But yeah, I mean, the fact that you did, end up drawing when I think that you should have won, that kind of does make it look like a bad point from that POV. But I think everything leading into that game, I have to give them credit because I didn't think Arsenal would play that well against Liverpool after what we saw against Bournemouth. So
I agree. I agree. I put 7. I give 7 out of 10 as well. We definitely outplayed them the first half, but then the second half was we just like you said, we just sat back. When I don't know if he did this last year where he played this slow football until like January, and then the second half of the season he took his foot off the gas. I don't know if we're doing that this season again. I bloody hope we are, because that's the only reasons I can give why we're playing so slow and negative. I just don't understand. But maybe it might be a carbon copy of last year. Hopefully, I haven't seen that Dubai trip booked yet, but hopefully.
Because there's no international break this year, that's why.
Yeah, how shameless of you to even mention.
By the way, there's no we don't have the EPL is not doing that break that they used to do, which allowed them to.
James is literally looking like we said before. If you man don't lock in now, it is wraps. That is wraps.
Yep.
If you don't lock in the next,
we've got to lock in before Christmas.
4 or 5 weeks, then you're finished. can even be behind us.
Until Christmas
Dare
Day,
I
yeah.
say
We have to climb that
Dare
table.
I say it, Forest or let's be real, who could actually be above you in the table? Chelsea. Who else? Who's in that pack? Liverpool,
Man City.
City.
Yeah.
You could. I think you end up, worst case scenario, you're fourth. I think because your run's quite.
Yeah, I would say Newcastle.
we
You know, I think Newcastle. I don't know. I don't feel like they've got that much. I feel like they face a lot of the bigger teams now themselves. They've got a few more easier fixtures coming up as well. You know, and they're starting to get into form, especially after they beat us in the Carabao Cup. They literally look like they're back in form. If that makes sense, one game a week.
Yeah, because like, what are they? A point behind?
They're literally 1
Or
point
like 2
behind.
points.
Yeah,
yeah,
1 point behind.
Yeah,
So,
the points.
And they started off poor, as well. So again, the points are really close. Again, from like 9th to from 3rd to like 13th is like I think 4-point difference. So,
and I think that you could even bring up maybe like a Brighton and a Villa.
I don't think
Villa.
I actually think Villa not so much. I think the problem with Villa is their squad size is too small, and I don't feel like they can handle that 2 game a week scenario
With the Champions League. Yeah,
yes, they can't. And you saw it last season, by the way. Last season, if Chelsea were competent, if Newcastle were kind of like didn't have their injuries, honestly, one of those two would have gotten 4th place. But yeah, I think in terms of obviously the game you had against Liverpool, obviously you could have won it, but at the end of the day, it's Liverpool, innit? They're very hard side to come to. You just had a lot of players come back from injury. You got the results, so 7 out of 10 is fair.
Yeah.
Liverpool haven't got no injuries this year, really. We had all the injuries last season. I mean, last season we had no injuries. Now it's our turn to have the injuries this year. That's how it works.
Exactly.
Yeah, no, I mean, look, fair enough. I think Ches is froze.
Yeah, Ches froze.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah. All right. I mean, look. Well, I mean, I know he definitely wants to talk about the Chelsea game. But we could do Newcastle first, obviously. So you got some time. But yeah, fuck it. So Newcastle, bro. Like James, what you saying about that, bro? 1-0.
That was
a bad performance.
That was a 1 out of 10. Yeah, that was the worst. For me, that was our worst performance of the season. I know that sounds crazy, but
yeah,
we was just had nothing all day. We were so average, like we were so boring, so stale. Like we didn't do anything. We just passed it sideways. They let us have the ball a lot as well, and we did absolutely nothing with it.
Yeah,
that for me was the worst performance of the season.
So, like, what do you think the problem is? Like, especially defensively, like with Chelsea. With Arsenal. Like, why do you guys not seem to be defensively sound like you were last season? Because it's the same back line, and then you even added Calafiori. So it's like, why can't you guys keep clean sheets or lock up like you usually did?
Do you know what you're gonna say? This guy is blaming red cards, but I do blame the red cards. They did like the amount of goals we've conceded without the red cards is completely different to those 3 games with the red cards.
James,
you know what? I haven't done the math there, but I'll check it out.
I'm not gonna blame the red cards.
I'll check it out.
And then you just blame the red cards.
I'm blaming the red cards. Think about it, yeah. Go back to the fixtures, yeah. First game of the season, 2-0. Second game of the season, 2-0. Third game of the season, we're 1-0 up. We get the red card, and then bam, we concede. I'm telling you. I'm telling you.
Yo.
Do you know what? I was screaming we was going to beat your record, yeah, before the Brighton game.
Yeah,
and then we had the rice red card, and it all went down from there.
Why did you? How dare you even speak that into the microphone about you're going to beat Chelsea? How dare you disrespect my legends? Do you understand?
Exactly, bro.
How dare you?
Yeah,
that's a little bit crazy.
Decorum, bro.
Don Terry.
People think that record is easy. 15 goals is mad.
No, it's hard.
It's
hard.
Hey, this corner is killing me. Man, look at Chelsea fan Will twerk.
Now look, man, that is a bum.
Why Will? Bit of positivity for Chelsea. He's a twerking fan.
Bro, that's what I'm saying. Like, I just rate the squad very high. Hey, look, next season, maybe I don't rate Chelsea as highly, right? Like, they might sell a player, and I'm like, yo, what's going on? But, like, right now, I think Chelsea is just a good team. That's all.
Before I lagged out,
John, let me ask you
what was we at, fam?
I want to ask you, Chelsea fans, one thing. Don't you feel like Nkunku's overrated a little bit?
No, I don't think so. I just don't think he's played enough.
You don't
to be
think
even
so?
I don't think, because I feel like he's not even played enough to be saying if he's overrated or underrated at this point for us. Like the vast majority of the games he's played for us are Conference League games. If he's playing the EPL regularly, and and we can then base his performances on that and whether or not he's overrated or underrated, in my personal opinion. That's what it comes down to for me.
Yeah, but I think what
actually play.
Maresca's doing is right.
Yeah, I think the issue with
Maresca's playing Neto, Sancho, Madueke. He's choosing these players over Nkunku, and for me,
But I don't think Nkunku's a winger. But Nkunku's not a winger, so like I don't.
Yeah,
so,
for me, I view Nkunku as like a 10 or like a 9 kind of.
Exactly.
Like,
he's a second striker in my personal opinion. He plays the 10, like the 10 second striker role, in the sense that he's not really a creative 10. He's more so a goal scoring 10, if that makes sense. Like he doesn't. So for me, at the end of the day, the way we're playing right now, Palmer obviously he's had such a great season. It becomes hard for you as a manager to then say, let's bring back the guy that you brought in the season before, who was meant to be our main guy, number 10.
The problem that Maresca has though, like Ahmed, is that with him still being a fairly like new manager, right? I know that he won the league with Leicester in the championship, but just in terms of just managing at a top flight club, I think that the problem that Maresca has is he has a very big squad. And I don't feel like he knows how to necessarily rotate properly, right? I feel like that cost you guys, for example, like in the Newcastle game, in Carabao Cup, in terms of like you just changed up the entire 11. I feel like he's acting like it's FIFA, as in like, all right, I have my main squad for the Premier League, and then I'm gonna have my squad for the cups. And because for me, I think it is kind of a joke how he's not getting Nkunku involved more, how he's not getting João Felix involved more.
I think
it's like.
I agree with that.
Bro.
But the issue, I think what you're saying is correct in the sense of like, in terms of like, if Jackson's not performing in the game and Palmer not performing in the game, that's one thing I kind of disagreed with Maresca. Was like, listen, you can see Palmer and Jackson are not really actively adding to the game, particularly in that second half. Why we not bring in a João Felix in that game, or maybe what's it called, Nkunku? That I think is actually a fair comment. These guys should be coming a lot more earlier in terms of subs. I think the other point you made about like the second team and then this whole second team that's playing in the Carabao Cup, FA Cup, and Conference League, I think that's needed actually. I would actually say that's good for us because you're giving these guys actual game time and minutes that are necessary. And I would say the other thing is we also have the Club World Cup coming up soon, right? That's going to be like after the season finishes straight away. It's like the Club World Cup. So we need these guys. We need to be given we need as many bodies as possible to be playing games. Listen,
how did
you got in that cup thing, yeah?
Again, how did we get here?
That's what I'm saying.
He was asking about
if they think Nkunku's overrated.
Yeah, and then he also
he's not overrated.
Yeah,
he's not. The only problem that Nkunku has is for me is fitness. I think he's a good player. For what I saw when he was at Leipzig,
no one injury this season. He said no.
Well, I mean, but it's like you said, because he hasn't been playing a lot, So I feel like
last season, yeah. What happened last season?
He came back second half, right?
No, he only came back second half for 2 games. Then he got a massive injury again, right? Okay. And so he had 2 back-to-back massive injuries. But then because of that period of time, we then obviously got Palmer playing for us, and Palmer became what he became for us in that season. You know what I mean? So like that's what changed the paradigm shift for Nkunku, because Nkunku was actually meant to be Palmer for us last season, if that makes sense. Like that's what he was meant to be giving us. So that's why, man, the game changed. So that's why I feel sorry for him, if anything.
Yeah. Facts.
Yeah,
let's
but
go
he's not
through
overrated,
the last
though.
2 results though, because I don't think we did together. Just to end up this little segment here for the viewers.
Yeah, we missed the last.
We did Newcastle when you were out.
Yes.
Unless you have something else to add.
Would you say, Will? What was the verdict on the Newcastle? Sorry, let me get you in the frame. What was
1 out of 10 worst performance of the season.
Yeah, about like a 1 out of 10. It was awful performance. No creativity, right? You're conceding an early header to Zach as well. It's just it was awful performance.
Yeah, it was dross. Let's be honest.
Great goal, by the way.
It was a great cross too.
It's a good goal. The bigger issue is the fact it happened 2 years in a row. That's really poor. The fact that you can go to the same stadium and have a similar kind of performance and result, that's very poor. So that's why Chelsea fans this season have been a lot more positive, because when we went to West Ham and Bournemouth last year, we lost or we drew. Do you know what I'm saying? So this time around, when you change it up, it could provide fans a lot more optimism and positivity in it.
That's what I was saying about the Villa game.
Go on.
Go ahead, bro.
No,
Go on, James.
move on to the next fixture, innit?
I can't.
Oh,
Chelsea, Arsenal.
Chelsea.
I think that
This
was
is tough. This one's tough. Let's start as Will as a neutral because of he hasn't got a dog in the fight.
Yeah.
Will, you obviously watched this game. Big Six clash, last game of this
Yeah.
last game since the break. This game was weird because both teams kind of done a similar thing where we both dominated the ball at spells, and both goals you could say were like defensive lapses. You could say like Arsenal giving up all that space and Chelsea giving up all that time and space as well. So it wasn't like both teams broke each other down on a mad thing. But at the same time, there were chances for both teams to score even more goals. So how do you view this game?
I get this game for Arsenal. I know 6 out of 10 is like standard for like you guys.
6 out of 10 is like standard. You're on a decent track.
Yeah, I would have to say maybe like a 5 or 6 out of 10. I thought this game, look, for me, a draw was fair. I think it's like you said, both teams had big chances. Like Malo Gusto, I don't know how the hell he didn't score from that header. Open goal. I don't know how you're not scoring that. I don't know how.
I'll be honest.
All you have to do is
that's
head
why.
the ball down.
Yeah,
all you have to do is this.
It's not fullback.
Bad miss.
It's a fullback that's not been doing this far. That's not been doing this ever. That's the issue, you know what I mean?
Bro, he's a football player. Come on, man.
No. I disagree. The reason why I say that,
you know what is? I know you've seen it, but I don't think you've seen it. Because you haven't seen it.
I've seen it.
Open that was.
The issue, what? No. The problem.
Had to hit the ball down.
No. But this is the problem you have here. My issue sometimes slightly with our fullbacks is if they're not Reece James, when it comes to doing the attacking front, in terms of sometimes when it comes to shooting, heading the ball, they don't have it in them yet. Yeah, that's why, Gusto in this new role that he's doing, he's been struggling a bit because he's not done this. He didn't need to do this at Olympic Lyon when he was under Poch. All he was just doing was being an overlapping winger that was putting in crosses into the box. So, this is like something, a new paradigm for them, innit? This is not like when we had Reece James and Chilwell, you could shoot it like with ease, head the ball with ease, and run like goal scoring.
It's an open header, bro. Hold on, wait, real quick. Let me just finish my point, and then I'll let you guys go.
Of course.
I think for me, the game showed me that, again, Arsenal aren't necessarily where I believe a lot of their fans thought that they should be, because to be going toe-to-toe with Chelsea, and I know that the game's at Stamford Bridge, right? And I know that, I guess that could go in their favor, but Arsenal recently have been getting favorable results there. And I think, just the fact that you guys were meant to be challenging this season for the title, but it's like you're not really outplaying Chelsea, who a lot of people told me were going to be shit this season. When I was on the football terrace and I said that I think Chelsea have the second best midfield in the Premier League, I think that their midfield's better than Arsenal's. They clipped me up. They laughed at me, right? I still do feel that way. I mean, for me, I think
on paper they do, but maybe not actually in theory. Like
I disagree. I think
in theory, bro.
In both
on paper, Caicedo, Lavia, it sounds good and it is good, but I just don't think you're playing. I don't know. The sample size ain't not big enough.
In this season,
What separates the only thing that separates Arsenal from Chelsea, because I remember I did my predictions on where I thought people finished. I had Chelsea coming 4th. And the only reason why I didn't have them coming higher was because I just don't trust the back line. I don't trust Levi Colwill, and I don't trust Sanchez. I think what separates Arsenal from Chelsea and why I think people had such high expectations for them is because how good your back line was supposed to be. But I think aside from your back line, and I'm only really talking about the 2 center backs, and I'll give you the goalkeeper. I don't think Arsenal have anything over Chelsea aside from your 2 center backs. I think man for man, the only player that gets into
our whole back 4 is better than that.
Hold on, wait, bro. The only outfield player that gets into, if you even want to do a combined 11, is Saka. That's it. It's Saka. No other Arsenal player.
Do you know what? Are you actually serious right now?
I'm being so.
Are you actually serious right now? No,
bro. Ben White is your right back, right? Reece James is better than Ben White. Malo Gusto is a better right back than Ben White.
Listen. Over the last year and a half, he hasn't. But yes, overall, Reece James is better.
Williams.
No, Reece James is better.
Crazy.
Say it again?
Reece James is a better player overall. Yeah, he's got the big sample size, but the last 24 months he's not been better than Ben White. No, he hasn't.
No,
Gusto's been better than him.
That's his injury.
Gusto's been better than him over the last 12 months.
I rate Gusto as well. I rate Gusto. But if we do a combined 11, yeah, you man are literally getting 4 players in there.
4
And you're telling me
players.
I'm getting 1 player in there. You're mad.
No, hold on.
Caicedo, Palmer.
Do this now, James.
Caicedo, Palmer.
Let's do it now. Let's do it now.
Let's do it now.
All right, fair enough. But no, here's who gets in for Arsenal. Goalkeeper. So Raya.
Hey, we'll get up.
All right, bet.
You man.
We're gonna do it. Don't worry. We're gonna do it.
Okay.
Because James is chatting a whole lot of, you know what they say in UK? Do. Yeah.
No,
That's
I'm not.
He's chatting a whole lot of do.
Nah, bro.
I'm real, bro. I'll tell you who gets in straight.
James, you said
Caicedo,
4
100%.
players. Don't disrespect my football club like that again.
Yeah,
bro.
4 players. But I'm saying Caicedo's number 1.
Bro, like
I'm be real, bro. No Arsenal midfielder gets in, bro.
we're gonna have that.
You know what? The funny thing is, yeah? Us man did this, and my boy Jordan, yeah. You've met Jordan Ches, yeah. He said Lavia and Caicedo. I said Partey and Caicedo, and Partey and Caicedo both played well that day, better than Lavia. Lavia out of all 3 of them was the worst player.
Nah,
on the day.
Okay, no, that's fair. But I would rather have Lavia in the midfield.
That doesn't mean you wouldn't have. We'll say it doesn't mean.
I feel like you know what I would say. You know what I would say, James. Yeah, I would say to you, if you look at in terms of form and going and in the game in general, I would say Chelsea's midfield has been more informed than yours. No, I think that's a fair argument to make.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
Yeah, so that's what I would probably say. I think in general, in terms of like in terms of Chelsea players that get into, I think both our fullbacks get into your team. I think our midfield gets into your team, and I would say 2 of our 3 attackers will get into your team. In my personal, I think Jackson is better than
Saka. Who else gets in?
Yes, I think Jackson is better than Havertz. I think
Jackson.
Guys,
can I give you guys some reality?
Let's go through it.
Do you know why? Yeah, we'll go through it quickly. Do you know why people can't get to grips with what we were saying? It's because of it's our football fans are very, very recency biased. They can't fathom a team being better than theirs. They can't see a reality where Chelsea have a better team than them because of where Chelsea's been in the last 2 years and where they've been in the last 2 years. But guess what, Arsenal fans? Football changes very quickly. Like that, this time next year, you could be where we are and we could be above you. So what we were saying in the summertime,
I would say this time next year, we're more likely to be side by side. I feel like there is going to be a title race between us.
We're more likely to be above you. Shall I tell you why? Because in the summertime, I trust my football club to get me a striker and get me a goalkeeper. I can't trust yours to even get a left winger. That's the difference.
I hear you still.
Well, I mean, maybe they'll sign who don't Chelsea want? You know that Arsenal go shopping there for the players that y'all don't want. Maybe Madueke.
Yes.
Maybe
we don't know. Listen, we don't know what Bowley's gonna do this summer though.
I don't think so.
Because you lot spent a lot of money.
And they got Esteval coming in. Come on,
yeah, but
bro.
we sell. But again,
Esteval,
I think the thing is, James. Yeah, again with Chelsea, I'm not really worried about money because we buy a lot, but we also sell a lot at the same time. So usually are able to balance out. Was it called to So that's what I would probably say.
This is a mad sidetrack, but let's go through this quickly. Everyone gets one position each. Sorry, do you want to say something?
Well,
I don't want to interrupt you.
Let's put Raya and an Arsenal CBs in there. Hurry up.
What I would just say quickly, is also I think of Arsenal. I feel like your attack is just not good enough in my personal. That's what it just comes down to for me. Everything else can work. You need clinical attackers in 2 other positions. That's all it is, and you cannot rely on one creator. That's my problem. I need to.
That's why. Do you know what, Will? Yeah, I'm glad Will's here. He's Real Madrid. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. In the summer, we should try come for Rodrigo, man. We should try come for Rodrigo.
I mean,
you can't even.
I know you're laughing there, but that's the type of player that we need.
James, it took you 8 weeks to get Marino of the line. It took you 8
what club you support?
Marino of the line.
You got.
I'm be real.
It took 8 weeks for Edu. Edu took 8 weeks. Edu's gone now, isn't it? So we got a whole new thing, isn't
it? James. If you guys were to get Rodrigo, that would be a huge W for you. I'm telling you. Rodrigo would automatically be a best player. Rodrigo on the left wing is a monster. That would be the best signing that you guys probably made in years. And I mean, I think there's a possibility that he does leave. So I mean, it's not a bad shout, to be honest.
I'm hearing that you lot are trying to swap him with Saliba, man. I don't want that.
And let's go through this quickly. Yeah, there's 4 of us.
Yeah,
hopefully we can get through quickly. But goalkeeper, this is easy. So I'm gonna take Vito here.
Raya.
Yeah, bro. Like Riot. Yeah. That's like.
Wait, what?
What?
Well, go on. How do we go? About to say. Why did we come on the first one? Anyway, right back. This is easy.
I mean, Gusto.
Go on, put Reece James. Go on. Put James.
Man, he ain't even on here.
Nah,
he's injured that much.
You have to do the first. You have to do his first name first. You have to do. He goes by. It's right. His first name.
Where is he at?
If he's not in it, then you got to put Ben White, mate.
No, you have to put Reece. No, you have to write Reece. You have to write Reece first, then it comes up. You have to write Reece first.
Yeah.
No, wait. Don't.
Okay. I was about to say, damn.
All of the players are like that, brother. All the players are like that.
All right, like right center back. Yeah, you gotta go Saliba. And then Gabriel. Yeah.
Right.
Saliba, Gabriel, Timber, man. Timber's left back, by the way.
Is everyone saying Saliba and Gabriel? Or are we saying?
Yeah. I will. I beg you back it with the Timber left back, please. I will back it with the Timber left back.
No,
I'll give you Timber. Nah, see, the thing is though,
back it left back.
Because then now it's like, okay, then like what system are we running? Like, are we gonna invert? Because now if we're inverting, then Cucurella. But if we're just doing standard.
Flat back.
No. We're not inverted, innit? We're just best left back. Best left back in
the game that literally in Cucurella, the game that we played against Arsenal, he wasn't even inverted. He was just doing 1v1 fullback.
Well, forget all that. Just be honest. Timber's a better footballer than Cucurella. Be honest.
That's not true, mate.
He's a better footballer.
I don't rate Cucurella like that. So I'm.
Thank you. Just put Timber, man. Come, man. Put Timber. Allow, man.
Chat. Let us know, yeah. First 3 names we see, first 5 or 3 names we see odd number, we're gonna put in Cucurella or Timber. Quickly now.
Timber.
Yeah.
That's one.
Get typing.
Karen's first. Get typing.
2.
Oh God. No.
Hey, 2-0. 2-0.
I'm a Chelsea.
Go on, get a hat trick. Hey, Hattie right there. Ooh, 3-1.
Wait, it's even.
3-2.
It's even.
It's 3-2. Oh, it's 3-3.
I'm seeing what?
4-3. Cucurella. One more for Cucurella, guys. One more for Cucurella.
You man are cheeky scumbag, innit?
You got the man.
One more for Cucurella, man. One more for Cucurella, chat, man.
This is the Chelsea channel, innit? I expect that.
Yeah.
4-4. 4-4 now.
Next one.
4-4. Hey, my guy.
Next one is.
Come on.
Yeah.
Love.
Go on, you won 5-4.
Right.
It was close though.
James doesn't, but are we saying for sure Caicedo, right? For sure Caicedo, of course.
100% Caicedo's first name on the team sheet.
I would say, you man disagree with me or not, Partey and Lavia.
Wait, what? You would
Partey and Caicedo.
What are we going to do about the attackers?
Yeah, it's 4-2-3-1, bro.
Yeah.
Partey deserves to be in the team, low key.
No, wait, 4-2-3-1. 4-2-3-1.
Yeah, 4-2-3-1.
Let's change.
Hey, I would go Partey, Odegaard. You know Palmer's going right mid for me, innit?
What?
Huh?
Because you know what? You got to put Palmer right mid, put Saka left mid.
Excuse me?
What? No, Palmer's in the 10.
Palmer right mid, Saka left mid, squeezing Odegaard. You're cool. Attacking team out here.
What? Nah, bro.
That's yellow card.
Bro, you know what? I'm putting Odegaard over Palmer. I don't care.
What does Odegaard do that
I'll get out.
doesn't? Go ahead, tell me.
I'll get outvoted, but I'm still going to do it.
Wait, name me one thing that Odegaard does better than Cole Palmer. One thing.
Bro, I'm not going to lie, yeah. You see Palmer, yeah. I rate him highly, but he goes missing, innit? And he's very overrated, innit? He's very overrated.
Nah, yo,
one more chance, James.
Don't worry, bro. I got the card
yellow card.
Yellow card, man.
Yellow card right here.
I've got whistle. I need to. Yes, dude.
You feel me? One more.
Yeah, there we go, James. That's your first warning, G. I'm VAR. That's your first warning. How dare you say Odegaard? That bum.
Odegaard
even touch the pitch.
Cole Palmer is crazy.
That is criminal. Anyway, are we saying so? This season, Partey's been good. Lavia's been played decent. I think we should part Caicedo. I think James will be happy with that as well, right? And Ahmed, right?
Yeah, I'm happy with that.
But we can go with part A.
Calm.
Do you know what? This time next year, Lavia will be getting in over everyone. But until then, it's Partey and Caicedo, man.
Lavia's been solid.
This
He hasn't
season
played
right
too much
now. You
games,
don't want to
but
judge
Partey's
11 games,
good.
we'll judge 11 games.
I have a question for
Man, I'm
Chelsea
going
fans,
through
like,
this.
after we
Tell
do
me
this,
if I'm
though.
wrong, because just for time, because we've got other topics.
Yeah.
Just let me know if I'm wrong.
Yep.
I'm putting Neto left mid.
Yeah. And then
Neto left mid.
I think this is
Nico
fair.
up front.
And then Jackson up top. Yeah, Jackson.
So
James,
that-
can
But
you
to be
give me
fair, I
example?
have one funny thing.
Go on.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3,
Didn't you say only 4
4,
Chelsea players?
5.
Mm.
5, all right, 6-5, isn't it? 6-5.
Yeah, but didn't you say 4?
But I think we actually got Timber, but it is what it is.
But this is actually fair, by the way. This isn't actually biased because Will's here as well. I know Will's a secret Chelsea fan, but even he
No,
can
we
call
did
it
it
out.
fair. We did it fair.
Do you know what I'm saying? But anyway,
Nah,
this
That's
is
how
just
much
to
you've
prove-
grown in the last 12 months.
Exactly. That's why.
Because
when
12
we were
months
saying
ago, you
before-
would not get any of these players.
That's why when Football Terrace is saying Chelsea best midfield, everyone laughed because at the time Chelsea just finished 6th and 12th. Everyone's laughing,
after
going,
that,
"Ha,
like
ha,
what,
hee,
like
hee,
August or
ha,
like
ha, hee, hee, hee."
July.
And now look, if you put
Yeah.
this on Twitter, no one's gonna look at it as weird, would they? No one would.
No,
You know what I'm
they
saying?
won't.
Things change. Like
It
James was
happens,
saying,
innit?
be careful, James, because football changes like this.
Yeah,
All it takes is next game week,
it can.
Christmas time, Liverpool,
can.
Chelsea, Man City, and Aston Villa are clear of you. What are you gonna say now? Shush. Let's get rid of
Yo,
it.
so I have a
no,
question
no.
for like the Chelsea guys, right? Question, all right? Because I kind of do want to get your thoughts and opinions on Enzo Fernandez. Okay, now just hear me out real quick, right?
Rubbish.
I know that he's been a flop for Chelsea, right? You guys spent 105 mil. This guy's been relegated to the B squad. I get it. But I think Enzo Fernandez is a very good player. And I would take him at Real Madrid in a heartbeat to play that Toni Kroos deep line playmaker role. But I just want to know, like, do Chelsea fans want him out? Because I know that there was links with you guys and Tchouaméni, and people are saying, oh, yeah, we'll do Tchouaméni. But my thing is, like, Tchouaméni is one of the better DMs in world football. So it's like, how could you expect to swap for a player that starts for us week in, week out for a guy that y'all think is a flop? So I just want to know, like, what you guys think about Enzo. Because for me, he is somebody that we should be targeting next summer for that Toni Kroos role that we didn't replace last summer. But go ahead, bro.
So what I would say to you is that I think when you play with Enzo, I think we play a lot more faster. Like our speed of play is faster. The way you move the ball is a lot more faster. It actually helps that in terms of like play. I think the problem we have with Enzo is that the setback is, at least in our system, is that defensively we consistently get cooked. Like we get chopped in half. Like literally, there's no other way to put it. Like you saw it the moment that he came on against Arsenal. You know, within 1 minute or 2 minutes, we were able to get the equalizer. But then after that, you literally, because of the way he was playing, the Caicedo again was doing what he was doing against Poch, where it was just like one man island essentially. So I think for me, the way he only works at Chelsea is if you build a team around him. And the thing is, we've not built a team around him. We've not built a system around him. And so
He's not built for the Premier League, man. He's not built for this league.
But that's the point I'm trying to make. We haven't built a system for him to even work in the EPL, in my personal opinion, because that's what you need to do. If you want Enzo Fernandez to work, you have to build a team around him, and the club has done that. If you move on from him, I wouldn't mind. Again, we're now playing a 10, so the 10 should really be helping up, in my personal opinion, do his job, if not even more so. I wouldn't mind moving on from Enzo. I'll be real. I've said this before. I'm finding it increasingly hard to see where he fits and adds to the team as the games go on. With Lavia coming back, with Caicedo coming back, the way the system works, how the stuff works in general, it's very hard for me to see where he fits and even a spot for him in the upcoming team. That's all I'd say.
What you saying, Jazz?
It's tough. Because I'll tell you why it's tough. Who got the assist against Arsenal last minute?
It was Enzo. Found
and who also, when he came on, gave Arsenal their 2 best chances of the game?
Enzo.
That's my answer. So the thing is that, see? So what I'm going to say is facts. It's a good question because he provides a lot going forward. So, for example, in a slower league like Real Madrid, where you might dictate the ball a lot more, you have more better defenders in general. The style of play is a little bit more rigid. He'll thrive because he's very simple. He put his head up, spin those balls left and right, dictate the play, easy. In the Prem, you need to be robust, you need to be quick, physical. You need to be more than just a technician, if you could call it that. He hasn't got those attributes.
And he's none of those.
And that's the thing. Is he going to develop being strong? No, he's like 5'7", 5'8". He's not really that big. Like, I don't really think he's going to gain that. What he can do is maybe alter his position, but then that affects other people on the pitch. You see? That's why when Enzo plays, you have to play usually 2 players behind him, but he's also not good at a 10. So that's where the people last season, when Potts was putting him in a 10 or attacking 8, he's putting him there for a reason, because he's not good defensively. So that's a simple ball knowledge from what I've
Will,
seen.
you want him to play in?
No, but that's
Will, you want him to play 6?
In Real Madrid's
No.
In Real Madrid's system,
right.
he'd fit like perfectly. Because all we'd have to do is collect the ball and fizz it, because you've got Tuchel, you've got Camavinga, they're runners. I don't think.
Yeah, and then you also have Jude, Jude, Valverde. Yeah. The thing is, right? Yeah. And again, like, not to kind of like talk about Real Madrid this stream, but it's just like our midfield is so imbalanced. Like, we have no playmakers deep, and I think last season, right, Toni Kroos with that, and again, like, Enzo is nowhere near the player that Toni Kroos is. But when I'm just thinking of like players that fit that profile, because we do need to address that, because we've been so shit this season. So like, we literally need a play, and again, like, Enzo's just the first one that comes. Like, obviously, like, there's other midfielders that can do it.
Yeah, but why don't you go to get Zubamendi? Why don't you grab Zubamendi?
The thing is, because I don't think that guy wants to leave. If he's projected Barca, Arsenal, Liverpool, Bayern Munich, he's real comfortable at Sociedad. Just leave him where he's at. And I just think maybe Enzo's a player that could be gotten for cheap, because I think Chelsea are going to take a big loss when he leaves. Like, I can't see him going for any more than maybe like 55 million. I don't know if you guys would agree with that, but I feel like there's something that could be like taken advantage of, is like kind of like how far he's fallen in terms of his market. Go ahead. Oh, wait. Am I frozen? I don't know.
That's not me.
No.
Oh, okay. Like, all good. But I was just curious though, just because like he is a player that I do rate. And like, when I look at my midfield, I think that he could add to my midfield. I just want to ask you, like, how much do you think it would take to get Enzo like out of Chelsea next summer?
Yeah, I think
because he does have a death row contract. Like, y'all handing out them lifetime deals.
Chelsea would probably want. What's so funny? What, I don't think we'll get rid of him. Yet. I think they'll keep him because of the Club World Cup. Because Champions League we might make next year. This is the thing. The Champions League might even suit him more, because it's a bit of a slower game. It's a bit more tactically based. You see what I'm saying? So all these things is like, what you don't want to do is get rid of him early. He turns out to be the next Toni Kroos type player, and then you're sitting there going, we could have dealt with him. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. This is the thing. Chelsea's model is all about the future. So I don't think they're going to throw away an investment this early. It's only been 2 years. Now, if it's next year after, because at the end of the day, guys, is a business asset that costs 100 million. You're not going to get rid of him after 1 year.
We also need to realize as well, like, again, it's going to be that 9 years that he's got, 8 years, if I'm not mistaken, that he's got on his contract. Yeah, it's going to be very hard to move him on, if we're being honest. So it's going to take a little bit.
I agree.
I
think you would have to.
I'm not saying he's Kroos. I'm saying that. You can compare the attributes, not the players.
The attributes,
He has attributes like Kroos. He's slow like Kroos. He's technical like Kroos. Kroos is like on the ball. He's mint, like he's clear, like he's clean.
Yeah.
The touches. He doesn't need to skill. He hasn't got pace. That's why he's smart. Enzo's smart. Who here watched the Liverpool at home game last year when he started against Liverpool and he got man of the match in that game? He's just like Kroos, intelligent. He hasn't got pace, so he's quick. But he uses his brain. But he hasn't got the physical attribute. That's fine. Go on, Mo.
And I was saying, like, his passing range as well. Like, Enzo's passing range is fucking crazy. I remember when we played you guys in preseason, when they were in America back in like August. He cooked. And I know it's preseason.
Well, not even that. We played you in the Champions League when he was here. Do you remember? Away from home. And we played you and we lost 3-0, 2-1, 3-1.
Yes,
yeah.
Remember that? and he played good that game. I don't think you
Bro,
remember it. You don't remember it.
bro.
It would have been 2 years ago. I can remember that game. He played
Yes,
away.
I do.
Was that
It
when
was
Rodrigo
Lampard?
scored, right?
Lampard. It was the Lampard game. It was the Lampard game.
Yeah.
He was playing next to Gallagher.
Was that the right way? Is that when Rodrigo
Kante.
scored and then Benzema? Like, are we talking about the same time, right?
No,
Yeah.
that's the year after he won champs.
That's the year after you won champs. It's the year you won the Champions
That
League.
game was the one we were winning, and then Lonzo
Was
got
Enzo
disallowed.
there
And Neiman scored.
when you guys knocked us out? No, he wasn't a part of that championship.
No, the season
No.
after. He's after the
Oh,
season.
okay.
The year we knocked you out is the year we won it. The year after you won it.
Yeah, bro. So playing his life. So I'm saying, bro, is like he's a really good player, and I was just curious because I'm seeing the rumors there, but I just know it'd be hard to get him out. As I tell you guys, bro, I got Danny Ceballos and 40 million. Let's get a deal done.
Well, I don't know.
Come on, Ahmed.
You know what? Tushimeni though. Tushimeni, I would have, bro. He could suit our system perfectly.
Nah, man, not true.
Or Pogba.
Bro, not true.
Or Pogba.
I'll take him as well.
Hey, James, Pogba for Chelsea would slap.
Yo, bro,
He would slap.
I would take
know,
Paul
man.
Pogba right now.
I don't know about Pogba coming back to the Prem.
Yo, people
James,
don't
you would
realize,
take
bro.
Pogba at Arsenal. Yes, you would.
Paul Pogba is
Yes,
one of
you
the
would,
best
bro.
center midfielders of
Probably,
the last
yeah.
10 years.
For free.
It's like a lot of people disrespect Pogba, bro. Like he's one of the. I think if he would have went to a different club, right? If he didn't go back to Manchester United, because back then Pogba could have went anywhere in the world. If he would have went to a Madrid, a
I agree
Bayern,
with that.
Barca, Pogba would be regarded so much higher than what he is right now. He's one of the best players I've ever seen kick a ball. He's phenomenal, bro. He's a unicorn. Like, there's not many 6'4" players that are that good on the ball with that passing range, with that shooting range. Bro, Pogba right now walks into a majority of people's midfields right now. The absolute
100%.
monster.
And I mean, he's at the perfect 8 because he's
definitely.
strong, he's technical, he could shoot, he's got good passing range, he could drop deeper if you need him to. He's what Rice should be, or Rice isn't. Like he's like, because
Rice is a different player, man. He's a different type of player.
No, but Arsenal are playing Rice in his
He's not
position.
skillful.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So he
He's
would go
basic.
into Rice's position and Rice would drop to the 6. That makes sense. That's what would happen.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah.
But
I don't
anyway,
like
man,
I don't like Rice in the 8. I don't like him taking corners. I don't like none of that. But I guess when
Last
Partey
question.
leaves, it'll have to be the 6.
First things first, I haven't done this for a while. I don't like doing it. It's a bit beggy. But anyway, hit the like button. All of their channels are in the description. Wills, The Bridge, I think it's Carnage. I think it's Carnage TV. The Bridge
Football
as well.
Carnage. Yeah.
Football Carnage, that's the one. The Bridge as well. And also Football Locker Room. Ems is on there. The Mandem are on there. Hit the like button as well. I think the mods have pushed it up now. We had 100 people at one point. Hit the like button. Very, very important to push all our communities out there. But anyway, next question is going to be, and subscribe, of course. This question here. I'm going to ask Ahmed first. Give me 2-3 sentences. How realistic is it for Arsenal to win the league from this point? So I'll bring up the table right about now. As we speak.
You man are biased though.
Oh my god.
Why am I laughing? I didn't even do it funny, fam. What's going on?
All right. So what I would say is that
Look at him sitting back like this. Look at him comfy. That's an Arsenal in the mud. Man said, yo. Man said, what you saying?
No, I think listen. You know, there's only a 9-point difference. Yes, they can probably make that 9-point difference up, but the reality is, guys, I just think of Arsenal. You know, a lot of the time we talk about certain clubs and like we do this stuff about it's Spursy and stuff like that. I think of Arsenal. I just think it's just a mentality thing for me. That's what I think it just comes down to. It's not even like a disrespect to their players. I just think it just comes to, I don't think they've got that mentality, that belief in themselves that they can continue to go on and push on to win the league. So for me, I would probably say it's not realistic. And by the way, I do want to preface that I did say before the league started that I said, that Man City was still going to win the league. So
I hear that.
Yeah,
I personally think like.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, go on, Will. You go first, Will. No, Will, you go first.
All right. I was gonna say Arsenal's title hopes ended the minute that transfer window closed, and you guys turned up with a unwanted Raheem Sterling, another Chelsea reject. That is when I knew that Arsenal just not serious, bro. I think the way that the season's panned out so far is kind of how I expected it to, even though I did predict you guys to come second, and I think that you possibly still can, right? You're going to need a lot of help, though. I think Liverpool are on fire right now, and I think Man City, I don't believe that they're going to be on this poor run of form for that much longer. Because I think in January, I can see them spending money, especially if they beat this case that they have right now with the EPL. So I feel like the title hopes very minimal. Like if I had to do 100% split, I would go Liverpool 40, I'd go Man City 40, and I would give like Arsenal 5 or 10%. It's just not going to happen. For me, your back line's been abysmal. Your attack is awful. Your manager is running out of ideas, right? 1 minute, you guys want to play progressive. Next minute, you guys want to do a defensive thing. And I just don't think that the ambition is there on the club's behalf, because I would love to say, oh, well, in January, they're going to go out there and, do what's required. But you guys never do. Even when you were leading in January, what was it, like a season or two ago, when Arsenal were like a few points at the top and you guys didn't invest like that. So,
you know what I think, Will, just quickly, bro. Yeah, I'm gonna add to your point quickly. Yeah, like we've all heard the same story, boys, isn't it? Yeah, every season we hear, oh, if you're an Arsenal, maybe yours, oh, we're still missing 1 or 2 pieces. I wish we got this guy in the market or that guy in the market. It's like been the same story. Like even Wenger days, yeah, when they used to have a really great team, yeah, back in it's like the late aughts and early 10s, yeah. But like they'll be like, oh, we should have gotten 1 or 2 more players, and then we could have done it. That's what it feels like I hear about with Arsenal, like every single time they end the transfer.
And you know what? This summer was their chance to end that, because all we was a striker away. That's all we needed was a striker. Tony, Oli, anyone would have done the job.
Osman.
And we never got the striker or the attacker. So now we're gonna suffer.
Yeah, man.
Well, I'm gonna provide.
The title doesn't look healthy.
I'm gonna provide
probably not gonna happen.
Big pause in chat, but I need to provide some pushback. Hella pause. I don't mean it like that. But anyway, if you man see the screen right now, we're all saying it's completely over. Arkman's doing the leaning back on the chair thing. James is sweating, even though there's no heating in the room. But I'm providing some fixtures in front of you, man. Are you not telling me that Arsenal can't win all these games? Because if I'm being objective, Ches, and I forget my channel's called my name, and I forget I support the blue side of London, are you telling me they can't win all these games? Because I think they can.
All right, let's do it then.
So this is a question. Less for James, and I'm being the host. Will and Ahmed, yeah, as much as you might want to say it's over, if I'm being objective, these fixtures don't represent what you're saying. And then don't let me bring up Liverpool's fixtures either.
All right, so they've got Forest upcoming, right?
So what are you telling me now?
So I'm telling you, Nottingham Forest, right? Nottingham Forest is going to be a very, very hard game. We both know that. I think Forest, yeah, there is a high likelihood, yeah, that game could end in a draw. I'm being serious when I say that too.
No,
that game against Forest could end in a draw. No, they with the way they were able to play against Liverpool, the way they were able to play against us, and how competitive they've been in terms of wins they've gotten in the league. They're currently third. They're currently like joint third in the league with us, right? So again, like I think for me that there's a likelihood there, or very high likelihood that could end in a 1-1 draw, particularly after international break. That's probably one of the worst times to be facing some of these trickier teams. West Ham, you'll beat West Ham. Manchester United, yeah, wow, under with Ruben Amorim, there might be something there. You know what it is, man. Sometimes, bro, when you play certain teams like United, and you've got the new manager bounce, all that little tiki-taka nonsense as well, it doesn't help.
I think we go win-win, draw, win-win-win. That's what I think. We have to do that.
I think more likely it's gonna be draw, win. I could see draw against United. Fulham is very competitive as well. Again, we can say that Arsenal should beat Fulham, but if you watch the way Fulham are playing this season, they're playing their best football under Marco Silva. So I mean, that's what I'm saying. It's very. These games are very competitive. Like Everton,
we're gonna go on.
Crystal Palace. No. Like I'm being serious with you. Everton, you'll beat. Crystal Palace, you'll beat. But like when you look, but one thing I will say, West Ham, you'll beat. But if you look at Forest and Fulham, the way they're playing to the peak of their powers, and so for me, that's where it's a bit more, particularly with your run of form and the way things are going. And remember, you got to have some of these big games you're going to be playing, right? If I'm not mistaken, in the UCL and stuff like that. So again, it's not easy, bro. That's what I would say, particularly against the Forest and the Fulham.
Will, what are you saying?
Yeah, I think.
No, I understand.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think in theory, right, looking at these run of games, it looks very easy. But we all know football is not played on paper, or else Man City would go invincible every single season. So while I do think that you will come out of this fixture of games with more wins than draws or possibly even like losses, I think that you guys will draw like one of these games. You guys may even lose one of these games. Just because like the hiccups do happen. But yes, on paper, I'm looking at it. The only game that I have right here is the Man United one that I'd say, I don't know, because then like Ruben Amram's coming in. It could be like the new manager bounce. We see how United, they look real good underneath Van Nistelrooy, right? Like after they sacked 10 fraud. So yeah, I mean, look, we'll see how they're playing in that game. But yeah, I mean, in theory, you guys should win all those games. But I just know that's just never how it really is. So that's kind of why I'm saying
my thing is though, is like I want to challenge everyone's opinions and how we view football, because at the end of the day, Liverpool haven't proven to us either that they can see out this wins. Like Liverpool have shown me nothing other than their horizon.
But the thing is, the thing is,
we'll have a point in totality, so you can hear it for a minute. So why I say that is because there's a lot of faith in terms of Liverpool perspective and rivals that Liverpool will just keep going on their run, and Arsenal will slip up and they're going to keep winning. For me, I don't know if Liverpool got that yet, because yes, Salah's performing right now. Yes, Van Dijk is performing right now. But we've seen them with peak teams like Mane not even win the league. So what is it about Slot everyone has faith in that he's going to be better than Klopp? Is that what we're saying?
Yeah, but the thing is though, Ches, see, I get what you're saying, right?
Is it more in City and Arsenal being poor that they'll win it, or is it Liverpool outdo them? What are we saying? Which one is it?
So I think it's Arsenal being poor.
Yeah, I was gonna say like early on, early on, it definitely is a bit of both. But I think, Ches, what you're discounting is that we've seen this Liverpool team win trophies. Like we've seen, like because like a majority of these players that they have that are still their best players, we've seen them win Champions League, we've seen them win the Prem, and I think even though this is Slot's first year, he was given a side that are very proven. So I feel like the players alone give them edge, especially with Arsenal and Man City kind of slipping up early on. So I'm not really focusing on Slot, because I just feel like, yes, I think Slot is doing a great job. I think that his in-game management is fantastic with his adjustments, his substitutions, how he switches things up. But I think just the players that he has out there, that's the reason why Liverpool are in this predicament. Not more
but they have four world-class players, guys. Again, they have four, like you can argue to be four,
like guys who we know can lead them to the promised land.
Yeah, and I think for me also, we need to realize, that listen, yes, they may lose games, but we're right now saying Arsenal going to drop points against certain teams too. So they're dropping points as well. So like, if you're dropping points and then that's also happening, then hey, you're both in trouble, as they say.
Yeah.
No, but we've had harder fixtures. That's what I mean. So it could look. Let's just talk after the 19th game, because then everyone's played each other once, and we can literally assess the season properly at 19 games.
Fair enough.
So until the next 8 games get played, because they got to play each other as well. City's got to play Liverpool. There's going to be some other tricky games for Liverpool as well, and we've got an easier fixture list. I know Nottingham Forest are tricky. I know Man United new manager bounce, but I expect us now to go on a 4-5 game winning run. I honestly do, because if we don't, it is done. We have to do it now, or it's never.
Yeah, we said that.
This is our only chance now, because they got to play each other.
Arsenal have to in the next 10. Was it? I put on the screen there. Next 5 to 10 games, have to win all of them. They don't win all their games.
Have to.
Then it's literally like it's wraps. Because after Christmas, it becomes easy for Liverpool, and just
exactly
do what you need to do and keep it moving. But last question for the Q&A at the end, because it's been here for quite a while. What's the minimum expectation trophy-wise for Arteta to win? So this is the question that Will or James put up for we all joined as a panel, which was if Arteta was to win the Carabao Cup or the FA Cup, would that suffice and be enough for him to stay? And that's what we started talking about. If Pep was to leave and now he's leaving, should it be okay for Arteta to stay? So, Ahmed, you can go first. Just quick.
Yeah. Hot take. I don't think. I would say hot take. He doesn't even need to win a trophy to stay. I don't think. I think even if he doesn't win a trophy, Arsenal will stay. But I think from an Arsenal fan perspective,
we'll get yellow card out.
Yeah.
No, but that's what they will do. But it's not for me.
No. That's the last warning, bro. Come on.
Me. How can I get a yellow card?
You.
No, but
Yeah.
I mean,
I can't get a yellow card for stating
your
what
name's
the
going
what
in
club
the
will
book.
do. I can't get a yellow card for what Arsenal Football Club will do. I know their club, bro. But
no way. But I think the Chess is asking what you think.
Not the club.
Yeah,
Your
for you.
opinion.
Why am I getting that opinion? That's not my opinion.
No. The question is, what do you think is enough for them to achieve?
Oh,
for
for me,
yeah.
I'm saying for myself.
I thought Ahmed said that he don't have to win a trophy.
No. So
foul. Fair enough.
For me, it has to be the two. Listen, I know a lot of people like to say FA Cup's got prestige, Carabao Cup got prestige. I'm sorry, a lot of those clubs they've lost a lot of prestige, in my personal opinion, at least in the 21st century. Like you know what I mean? These guys, if the amount of money they spent, and with at least them trying to finish the story project, has to be UCL and Premier League. It has to be one of those two early. It can't be an FA Cup again because he's won that already for them with a half a squad.
James was last. He's an Arsenal fan.
I would say, I'm be real. He has to win a trophy. I think even if it's the Carabao Cup, you have to win something. Because let's be honest, the Premier League, come on now. The Champions League, James, no offense, come on now. So I'm trying to be fair here. You gotta win either this Carabao Cup or the FA. You have to leave this season with a major. And I know some people may say it's not Carabao Cup major trophy, right? When you count it, in terms of like when they count up all your major trophies, Carabao Cup is included in that conversation. It's not just the champion, it's not just the Prem. I'm saying you have to win something. I think anything. It doesn't matter what it is, Ches. They have to win something. If they just win the Carabao Cup, I think he can stay in the job for one more year. If it's the FA Cup, I think you get one more year. If it's nothing, then you would have to sack him this June. Like, there's no way. Because now it's like, well, then what's the ambition? Because this guy has spent over 700 million. It's like you gotta walk away with something. So
I can't believe. Could you imagine that before James comes in as a Chelsea fan, we are now? If someone said to me in 2031, you'd won one FA Cup and you'd be itching for a Carabao Cup.
It sounds bad. It sounds bad like, when you say it that way.
Guys,
I have youth by then. I'm a youth to be 5.
Yes. Chaz, you need to realize,
you're old enough to listen to me. Be like, yo, that was going on. Like, yo, I'm real. It is long, G.
Arteta has already won Arteta won the FA Cup, by the way, guys. Yeah, with a squad that wasn't his. He's already done it. So we can't do this thing of like saying if he wants the FA Cup and stuff because he's done that already.
That's a good point, you know.
You know what I mean? He's done that already. He's done it already.
I didn't even deep it like that. James. I didn't even deep it like that. He won a cup with a squad that wasn't even his. With his squad, he hasn't won nothing.
Exactly.
How does that make sense?
Yeah, I know. But you know what? He's obviously look. He's gone into these competitions and he's had unlucky draws, where Chelsea and Man United have had easier draws and gone further in the competitions the last couple of years, and we've had harder first round opponents like Brighton away and stuff like that. Anyway, it's clear to us that Arteta's thrown these cups away, concentrated on the league, and he's came short twice now. And he literally threw these cups away. I hope this season, and from what I've seen, he's not throwing the cups away. He's actually going for it. So I feel like he is trying to win anything he can win this year because he's got that much pressure on him. And like you said, that's funny to believe that after all this time we're desperate for a Carabao Cup. It is funny, but at the end of the day, the pressure's on him. The media talks. These players and these managers, they see what we say. Not us personally, but they see what the media say. They see what the fans say. There is a lot of pressure for him to win something this season because people are calling for him. It's getting toxic at the Emirates. It's getting toxic online, and that's what I don't want. So I would take a Carling Cup just to get these fans off his back because I like the positiveness. I like going to the Emirates and it's positive. I don't like when Wenger was there at the end, man. Going to the Emirates was crazy. It was just negative.
Man, watching
toxic.
What's it
like a library.
Is it toxic? You said.
Do you know what? I'll be honest with you. I only went to a few games last season. It's much better.
No.
Everyone's.
I think Ches is asking you like, what is like the environment like at least this season compared to because obviously it seems this season there's a lot more.
Do you know?
Pressure,
I haven't been to a game. I haven't personally been to a game this season, but one of my best friends, he's got a season ticket. He always goes. He gets me tickets sometimes, but he's saying it's starting to sway the last couple weeks. You're hearing it in the crowd, boos and Arteta outs. It's starting to come, and we need to nip this in the bud now before it gets worse. Because once it gets to 40% of the fans saying he needs to go, then it's just done, man. It's just a matter of time.
I remember when I was
that toxic behavior. It goes a long way, man. It goes a long way.
Bro, that's TV. I mean, I've seen you comment before.
Like
big up, subscribe. Whether you like my comments or not. So you're watching, subscribe and subscribe to all the channels here as well. No excuse in the description. Everybody else, hit the like button as well. We're gonna brush off soon. Ches really doesn't want Liverpool to win. But when I'm bringing realism about Liverpool to win the league, it's not coming from a place of like envy or zealous or hatred. It's literally just pure facts. I haven't seen Liverpool win anything for a while. Major. So I get what we were saying. They got players in the hill world class and won stuff. But at the end of the day, they haven't won the league or Champions League for a long time. So like it's not crazy for me to deep it and go with a new manager who's not Klopp, with a squad who hasn't won and failed. They failed just last year. This year they failed. What are we doing here? They failed this year. At one point in this year, they were top of the league. I'm right when I say that.
Yeah.
So let's not act like they're going to go like some mad run. They got the same players as last year. So why is it inconceivable for me to say they're going to drop off the season? With a worse manager.
Yeah, this time last year, Tottenham and Liverpool were top of the league. This time last year.
No, top of the league. Bro. In March, February, they were top of the league, bro.
I actually think that they fell. I think that this is their last year in the top four.
Stuff. You were saying quad as a joke. Do you remember all this?
Yeah,
because I do.
Nah, that's true. They were talking about a quad, and then they only finished with the Carabao Cup. But
they played every single game of the season, barring 2. You know, that's crazy. They played every single game of the season.
Do you know what I will say? If Arsenal don't win the league, I would like to see Liverpool win it.
Go on, Will.
Nah, I was gonna say I actually think this is Liverpool's last year being in the top 4 for a little bit. I think after this season they're cooked. They're cooked. I don't trust their board to do what's required to back their manager, and I think Salah, Van Dijk, and Trent all leave at the end of this season, and I don't think they're gonna spend as much money. So, hey, enjoy it now, guys.
Nah, you know what? The league could look so different this time next year. You know,
I think
someone put it, guys. Someone put it here. I've got to find it, so I'm gonna get you guys to speak. But someone put like Bernardo Silva's leaving, Salah could leave, BBD could leave. Then you're looking at teams like Chelsea and Man U who were laughed at just last year. 2 teams that they spend about money this season. Like Chelsea's model all along could actually work. Deep it. Well, their model of buying young, like genuinely, could actually like if you deep it, if they foresee it as James sees it. James's point is kind of fair where he says if Pep leaves, the next team who's there should dominate by proxy, right? Because Pep's gone and he's a massive factor. But then if you have Chelsea and Liverpool and United who build their squads up, they're all planning for the future. So they don't have a drop-off like Pep does.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, like, that's why Arsenal need to be careful not to lose players like Saliba to Real Madrid towards team, or not lose players 100%. Like Odegaard or Saka. Because, bro, like, if they leave and your teams like Chelsea United come through or Liverpool strengthen, who spent no money, by the way. So they got money in the bank. They spend no money. And for factual evidence, Liverpool make the 3rd or 2nd most amount of money in the league.
Yeah. Second.
I think they're second.
Yeah.
I think they're second.
Yeah.
I think United's first.
Right. Yeah, I think it's either it's between it's City's first, I think, then it's them.
Oh yeah, it's City, then Liverpool, then
United. Tottenham, I think. Tottenham make a lot of rent.
Tottenham as
well. City. Liverpool, United, and Spurs, and then we're after that.
You know what I'm saying? So Liverpool spend money. Their net spend is really low. They don't spend no money. They're smart with it. So what's stopping Liverpool next year to get another Van Dijk in another position? See,
I just don't trust FSG.
That's the thing, Will. That's the thing. People that have trust in FSG, people that have trust in Bowley, and people that have trust in who's next? Something United, their new board. But at the same time, all it takes is one of those clubs to make one right move. 2 right moves and they're in.
Nah, it's true. But I think the problem that Chelsea have though
same with Arsenal, James. Same with Arsenal, by the way. If you pattern up,
I agree.
Left winger, you're in game. What are you saying, Will?
Now, I'm saying, I think
agree.
the problem that
I
Chelsea
agree.
had, though, bro, is so you guys spent a shit ton of money. I just don't think that you spent it properly. Like, I do like the young players that you guys have brought in, right? And again, you guys know how highly I rate Chelsea squad, but I feel like you guys could have done with maybe like some more senior figures like in the team. Like maybe you guys should have even kept a Thiago Silva, right? And maybe not even to start, but just to have him like in the squad so that you don't have to play like a Disasi or a Badia Shield, right? Dumb and Dumber. Or, you guys should have maybe invested more money into another striker, because I like Nico Jackson. I just don't like him as a starting striker week in, week out. But I think he's a good player. So I feel like Chelsea are like three. I'd even say 2 players away from, I think, being legit contenders. Because I said a few times on different channels, I said the next team to win the Premier League, not named Man City, I think it will be Chelsea. In 2 seasons. I think City win it this season, and I think City win it next season.
Well, where'd you get that from, though? I don't know where you get that from.
The potential, like just and again, like that's how people. And I guess like when it comes to talking about Chelsea, like nobody ever wants to talk about the potential, right? It's the same way how Arsenal fans, let's say, were gassed up about Calafiori, right? It's because of his potential. I think when I'm looking at Chelsea's squad, right, and then when I'm looking at the players that they have coming in, like a Esteval Willian in the summer, right, a Kendry Pies, right, they also have other players who they bought like a year or 2 ago that are going to be joining once they turn a certain age this upcoming summer, right? And I back their board to maybe go out there and spend big on maybe on a solidified center back, right? A better goalkeeper. I just think based off.
No, but Will, you do know when. Will, sorry to interrupt you, but you do know when Bowley bought the club, he had a clause in it, so he had to spend a certain amount of money on the squad. Like, had to. Okay. It was a part of the buy. Yeah. So now that's over and done with. How do you know Bowley might not be like every other American owner, tight as hell? We don't know that yet. Chelsea spending days could be over. We just don't know it yet.
I disagree. I don't think that's.
I think it depends on if they make the Champions League or not. How much they spend.
I think.
That's a great point.
I think the UCL thing is a great point. I think with Chelsea, I don't think it's actually to do with like how much all these guys want. I think these guys are willing to spend if it means they're gonna get a trophy. I think that's one thing they have shown us at the very least, and they can't take any profit from our club. So any money they make in the club, they basically for at least the decade until 2032, they have to reinvest into the club. So they can't keep it to the side. Yeah. So
that's a good challenge from James, though. James, because from his perspective, he's only seen the team spend what he knows they can spend based off the veto. So that's actually a good challenge. But obviously, like what Ahmed is saying, UCL based. So what he means is, I guarantee you, Chelsea make UCL, we'll start seeing more big money signings and higher wages.
Yeah, definitely.
Higher wages is the key point. If we make UCL, if we was to go for Gyökeres in summer, we'd be offering him more because we can. Because we're very stingy in terms of we're not going to give you money for the sake of it. Shout out Havertz, by the way. But anyway, like, you know what I'm saying? So my thing is that UCL based and the fact that, yes, they've spent money and they had to, but at the end of the day, they didn't have to spend 100 million on Enzo. They could have got a 30 million power from the Serie A or La Liga. But they decided to spend that money because they believe he's going to yield it back the investment. And I've always said this to people, Chelsea, if they are a money-making scheme, are best interested to make the club successful. That's how you make the most money. It's not top 4. If you make top 4 and you win trophies, you're making the club money and fame and building and sponsorships and brands and this and that and ticket sales, and then you can increase the stadium and then you can get better dividends. I'm not saying I'm bad at economics, about I understand these basic leverages. It's basic stuff. Clubs going for top 4 makes no sense because top 4 has a cap. Champions League money, that's it. And what? So if you can get Prems, Europa Leagues, Prems, Champions Leagues, FA Cups on the way, get far in the Champions League, wherever it is, then that's going to help you. But yeah, good question from James. But anyway, man, Q&A. So any questions for the panel based on what we said very briefly before we end off? It'll be a long stream. Big up everyone in the chat. Big up the boys for joining as always. Big up Will, first time. Big up James. Big up every single time jumping on. Big up. Hope you guys enjoyed it as well. That's what I have. Q&A from panel and comments. So literally any questions you got for me, James, Will, or Ahmed, get their names up here. Please put them through now. They'll answer your questions whether it's shameless or whether you want to ask them something they said that you want to challenge what they've said or any projections for the future. Ask now in the chat. If not, we're going to head off as well. But anyway, man, what were you saying for football? You man excited for it to be back? Because it comes back this week. Previews are going to start.
Have a break from Chelsea, man. It's good to have a break from Chelsea. I always say, man, whenever you watch something for a lot of time, having a nice little break gives you like the hunger to watch it again, man. You know what I mean? The excitement. So I'm looking forward to it, of course.
Yeah, I've enjoyed the break. This has not been a good season, club-wise, so far. For me, at least, it's been pretty bad. So, international break is good.
In the league? Where are you in the league?
Second.
Oh, second.
But it's not even about the position.
Yeah, Barcelona playing well.
I'm gonna be so real. We just have been awful. Like, I don't know how
What's
often
happened?
you
Is
guys
it the whole
watch it.
Mbappe thing?
Say again?
What's happened?
Must
Is it
be
the whole
Mbappe,
Mbappe
man.
thing?
On paper.
Yes, so the thing is, right? Everybody thinks that Mbappe playing as a striker is the problem, which it's not. Mbappe is just shit right now when it comes to scoring. Like, this guy, like, his shooting is just so awful. Like, whether he gets chances from the left wing, the right wing, central, his shots go directly at the keeper every single time. It's like,
so he's moving like Morata, basically.
yo, bro, he's just on some poor shooting form, but he's making the right runs. He's putting himself in the right positions. It's just when he gets the chances, I'm like, bro, like this got to be Ethan Mbappe. Like, this can't be Killian. This is Mbappe from Wish. Mbappe from Chelsea.
That's his brother. That's his brother, fam.
Yeah. Ethan Mbappe. But yeah, nah, bro.
I'm going to answer the questions
questions
for you.
Yeah, James, you could take. I mean, all of you can answer this question because it's basically everybody. But James can answer first as an Arsenal fan. What's your thoughts on the knock-on effect of Man City being the charges?
Did they beat
the EPL was spent? The EPL is going to be cooked, by the way.
I don't know, man.
The EPL, in my personal opinion, yeah, as an organization, is going to be cooked because that means, any other club now, will basically, who's been charged previously of points, will now like try to take the piss. You know what I mean? Like, what?
By the way, it's a catch-22. It's a lose-lose here.
Exactly.
Because their punishment has to be accurate. Else, there's always going to be question marks over the punishment. Because how do you quantify a punishment for this? It's difficult, right? And if they are found guilty, it means your system's not as strong as you thought it was. And if they're found innocent, they've beaten the alleged charges. It's a lose-lose.
It's a lose-lose, bro. If Man City win if Man City beat the charges, the Premier League looks stupid. Yeah, it then allows other teams now to start suing the Premier League. Yeah, for malpractice and egregiousness, whether it be in Nottingham Forest, Everton. Everton actually might have stronger claims because they're like, listen, you're letting Man City off the hook of their charges. We should be let off the hook then of ours. Like, remember, they lost by 6 points and everything like that. So they have a valid argument there. I think the other thing that we also need to realize, is that if Man City,
but it's two different crimes. That's what it is, man. It's two different crimes.
Nah, bro, but it's 115. If they bust case on 100,
but you know those 115 charges, half of them are just add-on charges for like silly things, just to put extras.
Either way, bro. Either way, it's still a lot of charges, bro. You can't.
Well, the thing is, like Ahmed, City. No, so in my opinion, City won't be found guilty for 115 charges. I think they will be found guilty of something.
Exactly,
like you're not getting off of all They are going to find you guilty for it.
Yeah.
I just don't think it's going to be
legit.
something that everybody's expecting. Like, everybody's talking about City getting relegated, and it's not. City are going to probably get like a little transfer ban. You can't sign like how Chelsea got that transfer ban a few seats. It'd probably be like, yo, you can't sign nobody in the summer. You can't sign nobody that following January. That's it. They're not gonna the PG like MOL, the EPL. They're not gonna hurt their own brand. If you take Man City out of the Premier League, you significantly damage.
I don't think so. Hot take. I don't think he damaged the brand if Man City.
Of course you, bro. You would now be taking the best team out of
Europe. My take is always
out of your league.
Wait. My take is strong in because of the fact, that there's still 5 other top teams in the league. Man City, removing Man City is not big. Let's be real. I'm actually being serious here. Let's be real,
Okay.
If we remove Man City from the league currently, I actually would argue it makes the rest of the other teams, much more competitive in my personal opinion.
Bro.
You're stopping. Basically, you're removing Juggernaut, from the occasion, and now it's just about the other weaker minions to fight.
Ahmed, you cannot tell me that
they should take Chelsea with them.
Arguably, You cannot tell me that taking out arguably the best team in Europe out of your league does not damage you. Nah, come on, bro. Like, that just makes no sense. Bro, let's be real. City are the only team in England that even have a chance of winning the Champions League. So now, effectively,
Nah, they're not even that. They're edged in stone. They're on a 4.
No, do you know what? I agree with the bridge. I agree with him.
No, well,
I agree with you, man.
Of course, you want to see Slice to be gone because then you
Yeah.
might actually win it. Like, of course, you're gonna say that, bro.
I agree with
nah,
him.
like that would be a like
James
yo
is
the
the
Royal Rumble settings.
the amount of money that
I
the
agree,
Prem would
man.
lose from City not being here.
No, they don't. Listen, I feel like people do too much here.
Hey,
about
chat, look
City
who's done to
losing
the
money.
panel, man.
It's
These man
not,
are
bro.
pissed.
It's not going to lose that much money. I feel like, again, listen, you can say yes, then
Ahmed,
lose.
why do you
Let me
think the
speak.
Premier League
Let me
gets
speak.
these huge? Wait,
Let me speak first. Let me finish, yeah. I get yes, there's going to be some loss of revenue in terms of, like, obviously from the Dubai stuff, Emirati stuff, that and some of the sponsorship from that. I hear you 100% on that, but I think the league now is in such a much more stronger place. I think the other big teams are now just as strong, you know, financially and in terms of the way they can bring in sponsorship. That I actually think, yeah, the loss of City, both from a financial standpoint and then you come into a sporting standpoint, is not as big as people make it out to be. That's the point I'm trying to make. It's not as big.
No, of course it is, bro. No,
It's
but of
not,
course
bro.
because why do you think the Premier League get the biggest TV rights in world football?
It's not just City,
If
though.
you
There's
take
Liverpool,
Man City-
there's Arsenal, there's
Hold on, wait.
Chelsea, there's a bunch of other. It's not
But
just
let's
City,
be
bro.
real though. City have the most ambition in England. The fact that all you guys are just
Oh
waiting
my
for
God,
Pep to
we can't
leave
do-
to have a
we
chance
can't do
tells
that,
me
bro.
everything that
Bro,
bro.
just
the
because
Premier League
just
is the
because
most
one
interest-
team. That's because one team, yeah, has what's it called? Yeah, what's the word? Ambition does not still circumvent the fact, yeah, that the other teams the other top teams around them are also trying to be competitive too. It's just
Yeah,
that
trying to be
slightly-
competitive, but City are the only team that's trying to win it. That's the difference. City are the only team.
What
that,
are you? So you're saying Chelsea's not trying to win the league, for example, right? Right now, like, listen,
No,
obviously,
no. Hold on. Be real about your club.
No,
way
I'm
that
not saying they're
Todd
going to win
Bowley
the league.
spent
I'm not
money-
saying.
You guys have spent a lot of money, but the players that you've bought tell me that Chelsea the last 2 seasons were not trying to win the league.
Wait, but you see, that's what I'm saying to you, though. See,
Okay.
you're making a point that I was about to make. We're spending the money to buy players to try to make the team better, to be competitive enough to win the league. Yes or no? Right. So there is a
But City are trying to win now. What other Premier League club are trying to win now?
Arsenal trying to win now, for example. I know that.
Fuck no! They just had a summer like when they bought Calafiori, fucking Raheem Sterling,
but the reality
and
is,
Mikel Merino. They're not trying to win shit.
No, but
What
the
are we
reality
talking
is,
about?
no, but the reality is, if you ask every Arsenal fan, and like even themselves, what you're trying to do, they're gonna tell you they don't win the league. Liverpool.
Of course, they're going to tell you that, but what is the club telling you? What are the actions that the club are? For example, Liverpool. Hold on, James. Sorry, bro. Liverpool. Let's be real honest right now. Liverpool, what they're doing right now is a miracle. Liverpool were not trying to win the league. They didn't spend no money. They brought Chiesa, a Juve reject. They had to back a new manager after Klopp, and they gave him peanuts. Okay, Arsenal, shit summer window. Chelsea, spending money on young players. You got who else? Man United. Shit. Tottenham. City are the only team that are actively trying to win the league every single season, which is why they dominate. So what I'm saying is, if you take City out of the Premier League, that's almost like $1 billion in profit that's lost, because you guys do not realize how much money Man City bring to the Prem, especially with who is it? It's the Saudis, whoever the hell backs that corporation.
Yeah,
the amount of investment.
Go ahead. But Newcastle now back the Saudis now back Newcastle. The Saudis now back Newcastle. So
but Newcastle don't make wait, but they don't make enough money to spend it. That's why they're still not spending the money or bringing in the big name players.
Look at the rivalries as well. Yeah, we've seen over the years. Yeah, we've seen Chelsea, Arsenal United, Arsenal, Liverpool. They're the new rivalry. It's been City, Liverpool, City, Arsenal. So whether you like it or not, whether you think they're plastic club or not,
it's not really a rivalry. I don't even feel like
they put themselves in the position. Whether it's rivalry by like blood and back in the day, that's different. But I'm saying by being a good team, like Will's saying, by wanting to challenge for the league every season, they've made themselves into being a rival. So we're rivaling them for the Champions League. We beat them in the final. Liverpool and Arsenal rivaling them to the last minute of the season to win the league. So whether you respect them as a club, where their money comes from, you can't change that fact. But let's move on because a few more questions you might need to answer as well. This one I thought would be the one we'll be shouting at because this one for me is so difficult to answer. Question for Ches: if both players are 100%,
Nunes all day.
Havertz on. This is harder than you think it is. You know, this is a hard question because Nunes has the pace, the explosiveness, and the finishing if he's 100%, and the header in. But Havertz has got like the crash
up
in the box.
Yeah,
Like the donkey style.
I'm going Nunes. I'm going Nunes.
He's got. I think it's tough. Havertz 100% could be cold, you know. Not gonna lie.
That is tough because this guy.
Stop it, man. You would never take him back at Chelsea. Stop it, man.
He said
Nunes,
100%.
man.
He said 100%. He said 100%.
This guy
that would mean he'd be a complete striker then. Havertz would be a complete
That means
striker.
Havertz is tall. He's technical. He can 100% shoot. Header in. He's cold.
He's slow when he dives.
Yeah.
He's slow when he dives.
The key contact again is if he's 100%. So therefore, I would say Havertz. Yeah.
Man, on FIFA, yeah, you know FIFA career mode.
I'm going Nunes.
Who here on FIFA career mode out of these two players would be the best striker?
I think Nunes.
If you know FIFA career mode,
Nunes.
you can build them up.
Because I play with him on FIFA and I heard of my guys.
Nunes. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, well, because I think Nunes is a complete so Nunes is an actual 9. Yeah, Kai Havertz is playing as a 9.
Thank you.
But do we know what his best position actually is? Like he is playing as a striker, but like
the bench. That's his best position.
Yeah, right now.
Man, like that guy Nunes, man, this guy missed a 5-yard sitter and then score a 30-yard screamer. He's
Imagine Nunes could finish a lot more. Like he'd be cold.
His goal catalog is crazy, Nunes.
Yeah,
yeah.
I think it's tough because Havertz is very good at that holding up play. Like he's quite good at that. Finishing though, he's crap. He's not reliable. He's inconsistent. But everything else. Question for Armin very quickly for this one, please. Calafiori or Costas?
Calafiori.
Just about. Costas is good. Question for James. Which player in this team gets into the invincible team? Will, get your cards ready.
I've already said it 1,000 times. Saka over Lindbergh every day. Saka over Lindbergh every day.
Or like Freddie Lindbergh. I don't remember.
Yeah, Freddie Lindbergh. Saka is the only player in this team that can get into the invincible squad. I've been saying that for time.
That's that. You know what? That's actually not shameless. That's actually. I thought you were going to say Saliba. I was about to say, yo. If you were, this is to Will because I can remember James asked last ones. If you were Perez or Isaac, what club would be your priority in the summer or January? This is a tough question.
Shit.
This is very, very tough. So think about all the clubs.
In the Prem, you would have to say you would have to say either Arsenal or Chelsea. Because I mean, but more so Arsenal, because I think Nicholas Jackson is doing a pretty decent job. But like one of those two clubs, because Man United,
I will. Is Chelsea your Premiership team?
Yeah,
nah. Support Chelsea as well.
No,
are you sure?
To be fair, are
you 100% sure that you ain't got a soft spot for Chelsea? Like,
let Will finish. He's gonna come to the truth.
No. So like, I like Arsenal. I like Arsenal. I just don't rate like what they have going on. Yeah. Like I just don't rate the whole.
Oh, I'm abandoning you. I thought you were a Chelsea fan, man. What do you mean you're Arsenal?
Nah,
what
bro.
Do you mean, man?
Nah, see, like, here's the thing, though, bro. I'm just not like biased when it comes to like my opinion. So I could just say like what I want to say because it doesn't really affect me at the end of the day. My club's in Spain, so
yeah.
I'll give you the answer though. I think Isaac would suit Arsenal. Your coach would suit Chelsea quite well. If that happens,
I actually think reverse, bro. I actually think reverse. Yeah. So the thing is, because I think like Isaac is better in transition. Like I don't know how good he would be playing like that U-shaped football that Arsenal do. Like I'm just not sure. But I think Gyökeres should be who both clubs should be going after.
Hopefully Chelsea.
Those two are definitely the best strikers on the market, anyway.
Yeah, facts they are. It's very similar. Wait, for your team, I think he's referring to. You can't be real because you man got Mbappe.
Yeah.
I'm assuming just us.
Anyway.
Yeah, I mean, I think like all you guys should answer that one. I guess like
that's pretty tough. But I'll take your question for us because we've already got an Isak style of player already in Jackson.
Jackson is very close to Isak. Very, very, very
Yes.
similar. Very,
That's
very,
what
very
I'm
similar.
saying. They're almost the same archetype. So there's literally.
You know what? They're probably the same player.
Yeah.
Both kind of agile, both 2-footed to some degree, both can head the ball, both poachers.
Play on the wing quite effectively as well.
The big difference is Isak's a lot more reliable in front of goal. That's the big difference. But other than that, and plus Isak's quite young, you know. Isak, I think, is 2-4.
He's 24. Wait, how old is
Jackson's 22?
Jackson is 24 or 3.
24 or 3?
22? No, I thought he was 22.
No way. Is he that young?
Actually, it's quite young. I thought, no, unless I'm mistaken.
Isak is 25. He's my age.
Okay.
Jackson is 20. I think he's 24, 23. Let me check now, boys.
He's 23 years old. He just turned 23.
Just turned 23.
Yeah, I think that's a 2-3. Yeah, I knew it was 2-3. Yeah, he just turned 2-3 in June. So yeah, halfway. So yeah, they're both young. Like they're both young. This is a question for Will. To Will, who would you take from Liverpool? This is very easy.
Yeah, Trent.
Very easy.
Trent,
or you could say Van Dijk because Militao's out. That's quite easy. Or Alisson.
Yeah.
Courtois out.
Not Alisson.
Courtois out though.
Yeah. But Lunin is amazing. He's a great goalkeeper.
Cool. Well, just past 2-hour mark. Love for the boys jumping on. That's the first thing. Will, Football Carnage right there. Football Locker Room and the Bridge Nation. That's Will, James, and Ahmed. Big up the chat. Everyone here has been sick, laughing, giving us comments, whatever. Hit the subscribe button and the like button. Very, very important for the algorithm for all our channels. It's very important you do that. So hit it right now. Lovely. Watch the playback. Leave your comments. Love for love. Hopefully you see us again next panel next time. We'll get these men on again. It's been fun. Love for love.